Hi, friends.
Ooh.
Welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris with you. Yours truly. That's Danny Marang to my left. Casey Smith
Sad
back
moment.
there on the beats. Sad Danny Marang over there to my left.
Sad Danny forgot his backpack, so therefore he doesn't have his headphones. Therefore, he has to wear these ones again.
Well, if you've decided to go hunting for Danny Marang, today's the day before he doesn't have his stuff.
Yeah, it's tough out here.
Not as tough as I just realized right now that I have not set my fantasy baseball fantasy team.
Oh, for this week?
Did I just say fantasy twice?
Fantasy.
My fantasy baseball fantasy team?
Yeah, you did.
It's just I just need to make sure that I get my starters in there. And
okay.
Here we go. Dylan Cease in today. Seth Lugo in today. Let's switch over
is this a
to
daily
the other
set?
one.
Is this a daily set or is this a weekly set?
It's a daily set.
Oof. See, that's the thing about the fantasy baseball that I can't do.
Why not?
It's just the doing it day to day is just too much.
I'm done.
It's too. It's still. It's.
I just did it.
But it's the remembering to do it thing. Like
Well-
that's. Like I did fantasy basketball a couple years ago, and it was a lock in. You lock in on I think it was on Tuesdays,
Oh, for the week.
and you lock in for the week.
Well, that would make sense for basketball because, like baseball, you can't lock in for the week because you had starters that start on different days.
Well, sure, but like you just go ahead, you would go ahead and look in, and here's the thing: like somebody got injured, it's like, well, sucks to suck, and you're like, oh, this is kind of tough. Like if it was a real bummer if it was like a Tuesday night game and somebody got hurt Tuesday night.
Oh yeah,
and you
you're
lock
just
in for the
hosed.
week, and you're like, well, crap.
Well, what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Do some biz in the bathroom?
Yeah,
While I do that, fantasy baseball time.
yeah.
That's when I do it.
I get up, do a little Bible devotional, and that's about it.
And I think it's similar to like our normal job here of just like, oh my God, how do you keep up with all the sports and stuff? It's like, well, once you get into a routine,
That's the thing is you get in
you
the
kind of
rhythm.
just have it. And like,
Yeah.
I watch enough baseball that I like know what's going on, so I don't have to do a ton of research for it. You just kind of ebb and flow. When you look at a guy who's playing like crap, like I dropped Jorge Soler the other day and I picked up Nolan Arenado. That was a conversation that I had with myself and Casey for like 3 minutes.
God.
And then it was over.
I saw Arenado popped up on a list of it's not one of those like, well, if you do this, and this. It was just players with 300 plus home runs and 10 Gold Gloves, and it was like, oh,
Yeah. There's not many of them.
that's a real short list, and every one of those guys is real good. You're just like, it's like Griffey, Arenado, Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt.
I think Roland was on there. I was just like, yeah, this is. I'm like, as I went through. Oh, and Pujols. I'm like, that's weird. A lot of Cardinals on this list.
Mike Schmidt, one of the best mustaches in all of baseball.
Not too bad. I mean,
It's a good
does
one.
does baseball have the best mustaches?
Has to.
Right?
Well, I mean, there's obviously famous, like Raleigh's is famous. Thurman Munson had the handlebar.
X was good.
Dennis Eckersley, yep, he had the nice mustache.
Baseball just has famous facial hair.
Yeah.
Don Mattingly.
Oh yeah.
What was the run where the Red Sox just started doing, like they did a bunch of promo and T-shirts where it was just the beards?
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
Pedroia.
players,
That's Cowboy Up.
Yeah.
That's 0407.
which was
It's-
Ortiz, Pedroia,
Uke.
Veritek.
Kevin Youkilis, like me. Nothing up top, a lot down below.
Phenomenal beard.
Phenomenal beard. I do not have as nice of a beard as Kevin Youkilis.
Pedroia came in with nothing, and then he became team beard, and it was a strong beard game.
Very baby face.
Yeah.
And then grew into it.
It's like Dusty.
And now the Yankees, they can have facial hair, and Aaron Judge refuses to do it. I want to see Aaron Judge with a beard.
I don't think he can grow one.
I don't think he can either.
I think that's why he's saying he refuses.
His face
Don't
is,
ruin the moneymaker.
His face is so smooth. I bet you he shaves every day.
Oh yeah.
Again, the second he got them new teeth, don't ruin the moneymaker.
Yeah.
Frankie Lindor's got new teeth too.
The whole like.
I would personally love new teeth. My teeth are horrendous.
I mean, I do it, but like, you can't go full Matt Stafford.
You can't just have glow-in-the-dark pearlies.
Yeah, no, you can't. Like, they can't be like just straight white. Like, you got to get the ones that have like a little color to them, because they look like they're just like plugged in, like light bulbs. You know what I mean? They just like
Going full AI human like Tom Brady.
Have you? Oh God, have you seen? You probably haven't, but like, there's this. The AI has gotten so out of control. Tiff showed me this yesterday. There are these companies that are using these sob stories, like this little like 21-year-old goth girl that's like making these little they call them like goth watches, and it's this girl who they made like attractive, and it's like, will you help me because nobody seems to want to buy these, and they kind of give her like the streamer girl kind of a look, and the entire video is AI. She doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And they're playing it off as this is a real person. This is her little personal shop, and it's a drop shipper out of China. And then they show you like 8 different videos side by side, all of the same script with different people. And people it's an appeal to emotions. Like, oh, these are so cute. I want to buy one from you. Not realizing that they're being manipulated and buying. And the AI part of it is so good that if you did not know, you'd be like, oh, this is a real person. That is some terrifying stuff.
The internet's a bad place, man.
Bro, as I get older, I want to get further and further and further away from it. Like the AI stuff especially, man. Like we are going over the event horizon, and I do not like it.
Our parents' generation, they don't get the internet, apps, their phone. That's what they're behind on. Well, our generation, is that going to be AI for us? Like my kids are 9, 11, and 13. My kids will grow up in a world of AI.
Yeah, and they don't know the dangers of it.
Right.
That's the terrifying thing. Like we were the wild, wild west of the internet.
Sure.
They're the wild, wild west of AI.
I'd rather be, dare I say, 10 toes down, the wild, wild west of the internet instead of AI.
Yeah.
Because the internet, you can, like, back when the internet was even, well, I mean, the internet's always crazy and always has been, always will be.
Oh, yeah, those chat rooms that were probably full of pedophiles?
Yeah, exactly.
Dog.
And we had no idea about it.
No idea. They were like,
idea.
woo! It's like, oh, buddy, that's terrifying.
There's a great South Park episode of Nambla, I believe is what it is.
Yes, I know exactly.
Man-boy lover. But it was Marlon Brando lover or something like that.
Casey, if I say ASL to you, do you know what that means?
American Sign Language?
No.
That's what I thought.
Okay. You never hit the chat rooms? Back in the day,
AOL?
ASL.
Yeah, I've definitely been in chat rooms.
In the AOL chat rooms.
No, I don't know what ASL is.
It was age, sex, location.
Oh, okay,
So you put that with a question mark, and it was like, who are you? Where are you from? How old are you? And it was just like, thinking about that now, I'm like, oh my God, the amount
16 girl Phoenix.
Yeah.
You're really 45 male.
Yeah, and the predators
Milwaukee.
were just like flocking on it. I'm just like thinking about that now. Like the other crazy thing about it is like the OG MySpace days. Casey, have you ever seen the OG MySpace pages?
I think, yeah, for the most part.
You had like 14-year-old kids operating as full-blown coders.
Yep.
We learned like full-blown HTML to make our pages look a certain way, to change the background, to change your top 6, your top 8, your music, all the things in there.
We had no idea you were doing it either.
And you had no idea. It's like, oh, just do this, to do this, to do this, to change the pixels, change the ratios, change the, like insert this here. And it was like, thinking about that now, I was like, we did that like it was nothing.
What's also crazy is think about back then, how dumb we think that stuff was. Boy, the world felt like a safer place back then. Even though it was like free range for all terrible people.
But it was like, it's corny, but like we grew up in the be home when the streetlights came on. Like we grew up in an era when the commercial came on at 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Like that's a real thing. That's a real era. And now it's like the amount of things that I see that kids under 18 don't know how to do is mind-blowing. They're so reliant on technology. I made a joke to my girlfriend's son about he said something about MapQuest, about we were going somewhere, or he said something about going somewhere, and I'm like, you couldn't even get along on MapQuest, let alone if I handed you a Thomas guide. You wouldn't know what to do.
My 9-year-old can't ride a bike.
Oh.
Yeah, I taught him how to swim a year ago.
That's crazy.
To be fair, I was in that group of the late bike riders.
How?
I get a lot of scrapes and bruises, and I always just got hurt.
Yeah, I know, but like that's how you like. It's kind of like a.
That's how you learn.
That's how you build up the toughness. And I'm not saying like how to be a man. I'm like, but like you know what I mean? Like
rub some dirt on it.
It's quite literally that you get back on the bike again. Like that's been around for like 200 years.
Again, I know how to ride a bike.
Oh, I know,
now.
but that's a crazy thing to me.
What's funny is I don't know the last time I rode a bike. I mean, obviously I still know how to ride a bike, but I don't know the last time I did ride a bike.
It's funny you mentioned that.
That's not like connected to the ground.
I saw somebody riding a bike yesterday, and you know what the thought I had was? That person doesn't know how to ride a bike because it looked so awkward. Before I had my hip surgeries, I still have it. I have a really nice carbon fiber road bike. And I used to ride that. When I was 10 years ago, I used to ride that thing to work. I'd ride it back in the summertime. I'd ride that thing back and forth to work because I lived 6-7 miles away from work. And like in the summertime, it was a great workout. That was awesome. I love doing that. But the idea of like not knowing how to ride a bike, and that kids in high school now, they don't want to get their licenses.
Why not?
They don't get their permits. Like, I don't know about you guys. I got my permit on my 15th birthday. I got my license on my 16th birthday. Like, I got them done and over with. I know so many kids like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm just like, but why?
I tried to get my license on my birthday, but I had to take the test again.
You failed it?
The driving, yeah.
Oh, the driving? What'd you fail?
Parallel parking.
Oh. Did you not get close enough, or did you have to do it
actually,
too many times?
I don't know. I think I got the first. Oh, so I have this all mixed up. The first time I took it, I got a bunch of nicks here and there. Like I didn't turn the wheels correct when parking on a hill because I didn't realize it was a hill. And I don't really remember. The second time I took my driver's test, I got a 92 out of 100 because the 8 points that I missed was parallel parking. I nailed everything else.
Okay.
When it went to parallel parking, I started backing into it, and the tire hit the curb, and I was like, And I looked at my instructor. I said, do I have to do this? He goes, no, you don't have to. And I was like, cool. And I drove away. And I passed everything else, so I got my license.
I had the one that they tried to get me on was turning left onto a one-way street. And I was like, I'm going to be ballsy. And I turned left into the inside lane on the red light.
Nice.
And he just goes, okay. Knows what you're doing? And I was like, yeah, I still remember that feeling. It was right there at the Beaverton Library, and I turned right there, and I was like, yeah, I did it.
To this day, I am bad at parallel parking.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've just punted on it. I'll drive around. I'll park 4 blocks away if I have to.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so bad at it.
Well,
my car now has a backup cam, so I'm a lot better at it.
It depends on what I'm driving. The car that I have has the turning radius of a boat. Like, it's the wheelbase on that thing is so stupid long.
Yeah, I'll never do it in my truck, but I'll do it in my girl's car or my brother's car any day.
It's a full-size sedan that is not like meant to be in tight parking spots. It's a complete, and like to parallel park, like, you're supposed to pull up like halfway to the next vehicle. I have to pull like 3/4 of the way.
Ooh.
And then I have to get super, super close when I crank the wheel in order to give the wheelbase the space it needs. And it's like, I hate doing this.
And I get super self-conscious. I'm always worried somebody's watching me.
Because they are.
Probably.
They are in judging.
How many times have we laughed at somebody trying to parallel park?
Oh, yeah. Like
I
5
do it,
times.
and I'm bad at it.
Yeah.
You're just like, what an idiot.
And Cedric the Entertainer, he has it right. You got to turn the music all the way down. Do you guys use the backup camera? I try to, and unless I absolutely have to, I want to turn around. I want to do the OG, like, look over the shoulder. Like, looking in the camera is still very, very, very weird for me.
It's the only way I can parallel park.
Really?
It's the only way.
Because it's got the little guide for you? Yeah, I just... And I go. What ends up happening is I do the camera, then I look over, then I look at the camera, look over. You got to pick one. That's the problem. I'm just like, learn how to back the wakeboard boat up on the boat ramp. My dad goes, I think I was like 17. He goes, you have to pick one. You're either a mirror guy or you're a look over the shoulder guy. You can't be both. It's like you pick one and you just stay with it. Because if you try to do both, you're going to screw it up and you're going to turn the freaking boat completely sideways.
Oakley dokley, we got a great show for you planned today on this Wednesday. Some baseball to get into today, some international NFL, some college football, some money stuff. Football is life, but let's start in the association as the San Antonio Spurs take a 3-2 series lead over the Timberwolves after last night's victory. We'll go to San Antonio, 105.1 The Fan.
The new home.
1019, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are live from the shadows of a rainy, historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can jump over on the YouTubes, 1051. The Fan is the channel. Like, subscribe, and hang out in the chat, and just be nice to each other over there. We'll start in the association. The San Antonio Spurs defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves 126-97 to go up 3-2 in that series. And dare I say, despite winning by almost 30, that score does not indicate how this game went. Things were over quickly, as somebody pointed out on the YouTube chat, I believe. It feels like Wemby took that ejection fairly personal and decided to take it out on Minnesota last night.
Assert my authority.
27 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, 7 of 9 from the charity stripe, 17 boards, 4 assists, no blocks for Wemby. Oh, 3 blocks for Wemby. Sorry, I was looking at steals. 3 blocks for Wemby. Only 2 of those rebounds were offensive. If you are giving me 15 defensive rebounds a game, that's going to be hard to beat.
It's called controlling the glass.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
Paging Donovan Clingan.
Here's the other thing, man. Like, this is look, everybody's going to talk about Wemby, Fox, Castle, all that kind of stuff. And yes, that is the core of what they are. Mm-hmm. Dylan Harper continues to come off the bench and be an absolute assassin.
Dude, he is so damn good. He only had 12 points last night, and it felt like he had 30.
Why? Because he's just been dumb efficient. Reminder, this is a rookie. Mm-hmm. Like what? What?
And
what are we doing? Like, this dude is so freaking good.
And De'Aaron Fox had another kind of clunker of a game, at least from an efficiency standpoint. I mean, he still runs the offense, and that's really great. But if I'm De'Aaron Fox, man, I kind of want to pull my S together. Otherwise, you are going to get lapped by Dylan Harper, and you become trade bait. And I think there's a lot of teams out there that would really like a De'Aaron Fox, and you could use that to bolster that bench if you're moving Harper into the starting lineup. That's the scariest thing, dude. It's not just Wemby. Like, Wemby being Wemby is its own thing.
He breaks the game on its own.
That's his own universe. Paul Pierce is the latest one to say he's the most complete basketball player of all time. Shaquille O'Neal has said something similar to that.
And Paul Pierce doesn't say nice things about anybody.
Like, he sometimes says hello to KG, and that's like the nicest thing he'll say to anybody.
That man thinks his 08 title team is the best team to ever play basketball. He does not give compliments out to anyone. And for him to be like, yeah, dude, that's Shaq. Shaq's the same way, but he does it more fun.
He Mr. Duncan, because he has as many rings as I do.
But it's also like he knows Timmy D, big fundamentals, him. Mm-hmm. Like, for Shaq to look at Wemby and go, that's the most complete player I've ever seen. Like, that's what do you do with that? But to your point, like, Castle was great last night. Mm-hmm. Fox was okay. But do you know what Harper's averaging in the playoffs?
I'm gonna go with 19, 7, and 5.
Not quite that much, mostly because of the minutes. In 25 minutes a night, he's averaging 14, 5, and 2 with
25 minutes
with almost 2 stocks. Here's the terrifying thing: he's shooting 55, 38, 85.
Damn.
This is a rookie. This is a rookie who. Rookies in playoffs and, first time in playoffs kind of a situation. He's coming into the game off the bench and producing every single night.
I think he has the opportunity to become, obviously, different players, different team construction, different needs from both players. He is going to become a Scottie Pippen in the sense that Vic will always get the limelight. Wemby will always be the guy, just like Michael was always the guy. Oh, yeah, by the way, Scottie is also a top 25 player of all time. And Dylan Harper is going to play that role for them. He is passing Steph Castle, and you know how much I love Steph Castle. Dylan Harper is becoming the second best player on that team.
The talent is that crazy. Like, when we were coming into that draft, I was like, look, Cooper Flagg is that guy, but Dylan Harper is really, really, really good.
The ping pong ball fell San Antonio's way, and they had Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, I went down and watched him play live. I got to watch him at Hoop Summit. I watched him play at Rutgers against Oregon. I was just like, man, this guy is something special, right? But here, you said Scottie Pippen. I'm going to go a guy in that organization that he's with right now. Not just because he's coming off the bench, but like how good he is already. It's Manu. Mm-hmm. Like, that's like, he's not going to be, nobody's ever going to super 6-man like Manu did. Because Manu was a starter who just happened to come off the bench and play 34 minutes.
And didn't have an issue with it. Pop just used it that way.
It was just a balance thing. But who closed every game? That's Manu is the guy who I think, Casey, your generation doesn't genuinely understand how good he was. Like, he was unfreaking believable.
No, I think maybe the younger generation, but my generation definitely gives Manu. I think that was the first step in the evolvement of the league turning into shooters.
Yeah, like Manu, his ability to, like, you want to talk about bag? Like, that dude was unbelievable. Right hand, left hand, get to wherever he wanted to, body you, knock down shots, pull-ups, get to the rim, incredible finishes, Euros. Like, Manu's the guy who made the Euro step famous in the NBA. His ability to decelerate was, like, that's him.
Which is funny because he's Argentinian.
Yeah, it's like, why?
Give Nick Batum his credit.
I mean, Nick did a little bit, but Manu used to hit that right-left hard all the time. But you look at this Spurs team, and you can see them fake. Like this, going into the game last night, I thought the Spurs were going to be forceful in this game. I didn't think they were going to do this to them, but this is what I was talking about when, like, I was looking at projecting them for the NBA Finals. Like, I don't even think the Spurs played their best game. That's the terrifying thing.
And I don't know if they're as deep as OKC, but boy, that bench is nice. When you have Keldon Johnson can put 21 for you, he's the sixth man of the year. Carter Bryant, Dylan Harper, just those three guys in general. Most benches aren't three guys deep, and those guys would have serious minutes on other teams. Carter Bryant's a rookie too, but he doesn't play like a rookie. You know, he's got some offensive things that he's still got to kind of work out and
he's a luxury piece.
Get a little more confident in his offensive game. But he's a nice piece to take off the bench. Tell you what, the Portland Trailblazers would take all of those dudes in a heartbeat. Again, I don't know if they're as deep as OKC, but their bench is really nice, and they spread the ball out well with their main starters. Like, Champagny has 8 points last night. Cool. That guy can go for 25 if you need him to.
And the other
Vassell
thing
has shown that against the Blazers. Yeah. He can torch a team if you let him.
They've got guys who can kill you. And like Harper, he finishes with 10 boards, 5 of them offensive last night. That having a big guard who can just do stuff. That's the thing, is the ask on him right now isn't that crazy, and yet he's producing. Mm-hmm. That's to me what makes this team terrifying. It's like, you don't get a break. You've got Fox, you've got Castle. Oh, by the way, you've got Vassell, you've got Keldon Johnson was great last night.
Yep, he was excellent.
And then you have Dylan Harper too. It's like, are they still missing the wing? Yes. That's what's scary. Is that they have stuff in their war chest. They can go get a wing. And if they get a wing, that's the difference in OKC and San Antonio. Is they've got a wing type in J-Dub. Now, injury, obviously, but like when they're fully healthy, that's what makes them special. That's what makes them kind of terrifying, is like, if you've got some guard stoppers, you might be able to stop OKC. You might be able to stop San Antonio. But when you have that guy, it becomes harder to guard, or you have depth, especially at that position, where you don't get a break. That's the knock on Minnesota right now, is that they, after Ant, who's the guy that could create? That's why they were looking so desperately for the point guard, and Ayo getting hurt and kind of being knocked around and kind of like, how much does he have right now? Ant coming back off the injury. It's like they still need another creator. And losing Nickeil Alexander-Walker and him being a 20-a-game guy for Atlanta, that was a big, big loss, because Jaden McDaniels has the ability to go big, but he's got the defensive burden. Nas and Julius can go off, but they're a little more inconsistent at times. Minnesota's still really good, but man, this San Antonio team is scary.
On the Minnesota front, I think it was Bill Simmons I saw last night was talking about how much of an offensive liability Rudy Gobert is, that they are more entertaining to just go small and have Nas Reed in there instead of Rudy Gobert. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I live in that world right now, but they've got to think of something. As much as I've wanted Minnesota to play well in this series, and to be honest, I'm rooting for them to win. Nothing against San Antonio. I just really like Ant. After last night, Minnesota has no shot at this. No, that was RIP.
And this isn't like a shot at Rudy. What the Spurs are doing is very similar to what they did to the Blazers. They're going to go, I'm going to keep Wemby in the paint.
Yep.
I don't like Donovan. Yeah, he can step out and knock down threes, but he didn't. So they're like, yeah, we're not even.
Not something you want to rely on either.
No, and so Wemby. This is the Wemby effect. It's the burden that he places on you, not just offensively, but defensively. Do you have somebody that you can make him care about? Because if you don't, he gets to play in the paint, and how does that affect literally everyone else? And Edwards is a monster. How much of an impact did he have last night when he couldn't get downhill?
None.
Like
None.
That's the terrifying thing, is that in the NBA, like how you match up in the playoffs matters, and his ability to play that, the Spurs in general, their ability to play that trump card of like have somebody that you make Wemby care about. Because if you don't have that defensively, when they get in their shell, there's just nothing you can do.
Julius Randle had 17 and 10 last night and was a minus 22. It's a tough life. Mm-hmm. It's an uphill battle. Minnesota will have a chance to tie things up and force a Game 7 on Friday back in Minnesota. I'm going to go ahead and put my money on the Spurs. Let's stay in the association as somebody actually got fired. We thought this might happen, and turns out it did. What's the future in store for him? Maybe come to Portland? Maybe? There's Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Fire got their first win in franchise history as they took down the New York Liberty 98-96 last night inside the Moda Center. Sarah Ashley Barker with the putback layup with 1 second remaining, giving Portland the victory as the Fire now move to 1-1 on the season. Your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight, taking on CF Montreal on the road. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage over on 1080 AM when pregame starts at 3:30. Some NBA playoff updates for you as the San Antonio Spurs took Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Final in that one was 126-97 as Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs. He finished with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. And over in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will take on the Detroit Pistons tonight at 5 p.m. in Detroit. Pistons come into the contest as 4.5-point favorites, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage begins at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour.
Some fun little Blazer nuggets to send your way here in about 15 minutes. But the news out of Philadelphia last night is Daryl Morey is out of a job. The process no longer continues in Philadelphia. Are they still doing the process?
No. The process stopped processing a while ago.
When Ben Simmons was given up on, is that when the process was over?
That was it.
Yeah, when they shipped him. Where did he go after that? Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Is that where he went after that? That was the official end of the process. Markelle Fultz, Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, right?
That's pre-process.
That's pre-process?
Well, no, that was during the process. So Hinkie wanted to push that thing so hard. The reason they took Okafor was the ownership group was not willing to go down the path. He wanted to go with Porzingis. It was basically moneyballing it, but taking the biggest swings possible. And he wanted Porzingis, but ownership wanted.
They didn't want a Euro guy.
Well, not just that. They wanted a more known quantity.
Okafor was really good in college.
He was, but it was
really good.
It was in an era where things were we've already passed the Odin Durant conversation by a lot, and they went Okafor over. I think it was that year, or that was maybe the year before, but. During that whole process, they didn't want to. Hinkie had an outline of pushing the boundaries of everything, and in that process, ownership would do it sometimes, and then scale it back. And it's you either if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. You know what I mean? And they just didn't quite lean into that all the way. But Morey's gone, which not really a surprise. The death knell of this was not trading Jared McCain. Ownership was actually on board with that, which I
am not on board with it, but that's not a Morey decision. That was everybody in the room agreed.
OKC was thanks, and then Morey coming out publicly and saying that they sold high on him was okay.
Sure.
Jared McCain's thrilled to be in OKC, and they got him for basically nothing for what they had.
What's the quote McCain said? He wakes up every day thanking God he's an Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, because Philly, I know people in Philly and with that organization, and stuff I've heard out there stuff is nightmare fuel, and it has been ever since just, the Harden era. That was just bleh.
Everything obviously is judged based on championships, and I know it's hard to take that out, but I will ask the question, not having a championship aside, was Daryl Morey a success in Philly? A lot of good players came through there.
Yeah,
a lot of playoff apperances, MVPs for Joel Embiid.
No conference finals appearances, let alone NBA finals appearances.
So, there you go.
But, and again, it's very similar to the Clippers. I am not going to kill front office executives that make big moves. I'm not going to do that because that's what you want to see. And not necessarily moves for sake of making moves, but being risky. And that's what Daryl Morey has been. He's always been risky.
They went out and got James Harden. They went out and got Paul George. It just hasn't worked.
The riskiest move they made, and this is ultimate from the folks that I've talked to, the move that actually got him fired was not trading McCain. It was signing Embiid to the extension that doesn't kick in until next year.
Also, Paul George, 4 years, $200 million is rough.
It is,
but that's what Paul George costs.
Yeah,
I don't want to pay Paul George that much money, but if you want Paul George, that's what he costs.
And that was when they signed him. That was kind of one of the last contracts of you pay the guy, and I don't think Morey adjusted in time to do that. And look, Paul George is still really. Paul George shot 50% from three in the playoffs. Paul George is still good. If he's your third option and he's healthy, he's very capable of being that.
That roster itself, they took down Boston, who turned out to be a little fraudulent, but they looked really good when Embiid got healthy. That core of VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid should be competing for a title.
That's a really
good starting five.
But the problem is there's no depth underneath them, and they don't have the assets necessary, and they are so hamstrung now financially.
There's no bench to think of.
Whoever the general manager is that gets that job, that is not a good job.
Two questions about this. Who gets the job in Philly?
Yeah.
Don't they have a special consultant
they do
over there in Philadelphia that has a resume of being a general manager for an NBA club?
President of basketball operations.
Neil Olshey
Pobo
himself.
his name's popped up, but Bob Myers is the one who's running the search. I don't think. I mean, look, again, there's only 30 of these things, and so when they come open, you want to get it if that's the job you want to get. It's like if you want to be a general manager, but like that's not a good job. Like Masai Ujiri and Mike Schmidt's taking over and running things in Dallas. That's a good job. Mm-hmm. You're building with a building block and Cooper Flagg of like, that's a dude.
Well, something with Joe Cronin that's been a huge thing in ties to Neil Olshey is that look how long it's taken Joe to get off the books from Neil Olshey.
The first 2 years was getting the books right. It was getting off of CJ, it was getting off Cove, it was getting off Norm. And again, good players, but like it didn't make sense with where they were. And then when things got where they were with Dame, like you had to make a decision. And whether it was committing to Dame or going younger, like that, you had to make a decision. They chose to go younger. And now everything worked out in the end. Mm-hmm. But
traded Damian Lillard for Damian Lillard, 3 first-round picks, Denny Avdia,
Tamani
Kamara, and you drafted Donovan Clingan. That's not so bad.
Not shabby.
Not too bad.
So if you're taking over and filling
Rob Will, Drew Holiday.
I think the things you're looking at is there a buyer for Paul George? Is there a buyer for Joel Embiid? And like you're looking at getting a return like what the Hawks got for Trae Young. Like you're just looking to get like
you're trying to just move him.
Solid players that have expiring money, so you can reset things.
I'm probably not as a Blazer fan, but as an NBA. If I'm a fan of an NBA team, I'm probably interested in Paul George. I'll kick the tires on Paul George.
If you have the right money, sure.
I am not interested in Joel Embiid.
I mean, everybody should be if the medicals were anything other than a complete and utter disaster.
It's just not worth my money.
Look, the guy coming into the draft was drafted 3rd overall with 3 medical red flags. Do you like? I want people to understand how insane that is. If you have 1 medical red flag, that's like, and again, red flags are like, ooh, this is bad. He had 3. And yet he still went 3rd overall. That's how talented Joel Embiid is. The combination of talent and size is so overwhelming that everybody would still take him at 3. And here's the crazy thing about it. Even with all those injuries, I don't know a single general manager who, if they were drafting with where they were, don't take him.
You just take that risk.
Because what if he has 1 season?
I mean, Odin was a risk too. You take that risk.
And it was 1 red flag. When guys are that big and that talented and that overwhelming, you just do it. Because and this is where I get it with Morey in the sense of, or the 76ers in general. The Moreyism is, do you have a 5% chance at winning a title? If you have a 5% chance at winning a title, because people think, oh, that's nothing. It's like most teams don't have that. If you look at like the Vegas odds, the teams that have that, like those are like legitimate title contending teams because the amount of luck that goes into it is crazy. Like if Paul George if Joel Embiid plays 72 games and is healthy through the playoffs, how many people can handle Joel Embiid?
You can't.
How many guys can
Wembenyama now.
How many guys can legitimately match up with him? It's like Jokic and Wemby. Like you have to have.
Does Rudy have success against Joel Embiid?
Yes, but I mean those guys hardly ever play. I mean, twice a year. But like, then that's the thing. How do you deal with him? And so you talk yourself into that. But he's both. It's such a crazy thing. He's both an anchor in a bad way and a life raft in another. And it's like, which version do you get?
Can you be a life raft in a bad way?
Yeah, because like you can't. Because if he gets on the floor, you can't be bad. You know what I mean? Like he's such an enigma when you look at his career. Because guess what? He's got an MVP, man. Like he's that good.
Some fun thoughts here. Great. So now we can get Giannis and Paul George.
I mean, that's $100 million right there.
With the 76ers that have no money now be in the market for draft picks, hint, hint. I don't think we want Paul George.
No, you're not.
I don't think he fits on this squad.
Well, I mean, he does, but you're not trading that capital for that. That's no,
that's overpaying for him.
Yeah. No, you're looking for a guy who's 24 to 29, like in their prime kind of a deal. That's as far as you're going to go.
Let's take a pause real quick, and we come back, some Blazer news and Nuggets. And I also want to kind of finish this convo up and ask where Daryl Morey ends up next. We'll do that. We'll go there. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
We'll get to a little bit of baseball in hour number deuce. Some NIL chatter as well. Web gems also that hour. Finish up a little bit of the conversation we just had about Daryl Morey. 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTubes. In what universe does anyone think the new owner would pay for Paul George and Giannis? Dude won't even pay for T-shirts. That's where you're mistaken, my friend. I think what we have learned from his time in Carolina and what he has said is that Tom Dundon's not afraid to spend money on players.
Well, not only that, you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Like, they're already paying $190 million for players right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
He might be cheap with T-shirts and, he might eliminate radio or something scary like that.
Paying the freight for a roster?
No.
That, like, everyone has to.
Yep.
Everyone has to in this league. That's just the reality.
Some other little nuggets here. Oh, does Daryl Morey get another job?
If he wants to, sure. But he may want to chill for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let things die down. But I'm sure there are teams that would like to have Morey as their general manager.
Somebody said, I don't know where I saw it, maybe it was on the YouTubes, that if Daryl Morey came to Portland, that would make sure we never get James Harden.
Sure.
I'd be happy with that. I don't know if I could live in a world where Portland Trailblazers have James Harden. I don't think I can live in that world.
I mean, there was a time a couple of years ago, say 5, 6, 7 years ago, that that option was on the table, and I'm just like,
you can talk yourself into it, but you're not going to be happy.
Again, this was like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
like, I was hemming and hawing of like, I mean, he's good, but I don't like all the other stuff. I'm good. I'm good.
Awful Announcing gave out their best broadcasting teams for the NBA, and Kevin Calabro and Lamar.
And Brooke,
they took 5th, I believe, on that list. Yep. 5th best announcing team.
They are consistently one of the top 5 broadcasters. Look,
well, Brooke on the court has got to be the best
she
of any
is
NBA on
one of the best sideline reporters
on court sideline.
100%, and that's because she's awesome, but also because players have a great relationship with her.
The queen of Rip City.
She is. Like, again, I always tell people, that I've said it publicly, or privately a million times, but publicly, if you have a problem with Brooke Olsendam, it's a you problem and not a Brooke problem.
And KC's got the voice of an angel, and he's been calling basketball for a long time.
And Lamar is a great analyst.
Lamar's fun.
Like, Lamar's a great analyst. Like, the only other broadcasts that were put above the Blazers were the Nets with the Eagles and Sarkeesian, and it's like,
yeah, when Iron Eagle doesn't do it, they bring in Noah.
Yeah, it's like,
that's pretty great.
That's pretty great.
The Knicks were above them. Weird. You have Mike Breen. Bam. Like,
I'm not a huge Breen guy.
Oh, I am. I love him.
I know I'm in the minority. I say this. I don't like most Northeast broadcast teams.
And why?
I don't know why. I think it's the sound, the actual like accent and sound, like those kind of things.
Are we adding Northeasterners to your list of things you hate?
I don't like the accent. I never have. As far as like voices, like I don't like Marv Albert.
Oh, dude, that's basketball, man.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just that sound to me is like not that. People are like, well, what about Iron Eagle? I'm like, Iron Eagle doesn't sound like a Northeastern guy.
He sounds like a Syracuse guy.
Yeah. And it's like, but
sounds
what I mean?
Like I went to the best broadcasting school in America.
He sounds like, if you told me he was from LA, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't.
He could be from Texas.
You don't know because his voice is like just ubiquitous. It's not, there's no regionality to his voice where, like Doris, Breen, Albert, like those they have a very Northeastern sound to them. And it's never been my jam. It's not that they aren't great broadcasters. It's just not my favorites. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Okay.
It also helps that we got KC.
I mean, KC's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's great.
And that's the other thing is like whether
Future Sonics broadcaster probably.
Whether it's KC and Lamar and Brooke or it's Mike and Mike, like the Blazers have had for the last 25 years plus. One of like Mike and Mike were voted. I think they finished first one year, but I know they finished second a bunch of times. Like the Blazers have had tremendous broadcasting talent.
And I'll tell you what, if KC ends up being let
Stepping
go
away,
or steps away, takes the Seattle job when they get a team or whatever, if, some of the fears we have, and let's say Dundon does cut that radio team, and if he promotes Travis to the TV, that's going to be a good broadcast as well because he's very good at what he does as well.
And it would be a return to having somebody local, even though, again, it's kind of funny I say Northeastern guys, but Travis is from New York. So, but Travis has been out here forever. But yeah, I don't know which way Dundon's going to go with that. Like, to have a high quality, very well known broadcast team, guess what? They're not cheap.
No, they're not. And Demers does feel like one of us too.
Yeah, I mean, Travis was here.
Yeah, used to work here at this station.
So it's, that would have that local tie to it. I do not want them to get rid of the radio broadcast. I don't think the NBA is a sport that can be simulcast. That's not just hockey. You could kind of do that with, but basketball, no.
Do people listen to hockey on the radio?
It does. Yeah, it is. There is a thing there. But, I mean, that's why the Hurricanes, they're simulcast on radio.
Yeah, I know that. I just was more curious, like, do people actually listen to hockey on the radio?
I think, like, especially...
Are the Winterhawks on the radio? Or do they do a radio broadcast? I think they just do TV.
I don't know. I know Dirt does the pod stuff with them.
I think he used to.
Yeah. But beyond that, like, I mean, in the Northeast, there's obviously radio hockey, like Islanders, Devils.
I would assume so.
Rangers,
those
like
big markets like that.
But not just that. It's like there's something that's tied to that, and especially in the Canadian markets too. But yeah, no, the Blazers broadcast team is great and has been great, and I hope that they stay around as long as they can possibly stay around.
When we come back, we'll start the second hour with a cool little thing that hit the internet. Something for sale.
Ooh.
It's not cheap, but it's pretty cool. Hour number 2 next. 105.1 The Fan.
You love
McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Stone Creek Golf Club, Oregon's best public course under $100. StoneCreekGolfClub.net. First on the Fan, your Portland Fire got their first win in franchise history as they took down the New York Liberty 98-96 last night inside the Moda Center. Sarah Ashley Barker with a putback layup with 1 second remaining gave Portland the victory as the Fire now moves to 1-1 on the season. Your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight, taking on CF Montreal on the road. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage over on 1080 AM when pregame starts at 3:30. Some NBA playoff updates for you as the San Antonio Spurs took Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Final in that one was 126-97 as Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs. He finished with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. And over in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will take on the Detroit Pistons tonight at 5 p.m. in Detroit. Pistons come into the contest as 4.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage begins at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks.
Hour number deuce here. If you missed it in the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, you can check that over on the YouTubes or the Odyssey app. If you can't catch Prime Time or Happy Hour live, you can catch those wherever you get your podcasts, the Odyssey app, YouTube's Rewind, Fast Forward. Except for the future, for that would be impossible. But looking ahead to the future, we'll touch on a little bit of baseball. We're going to talk about the worst team in baseball and why some things, similar to Daryl Morey, don't always work in your favor. There's also a little NIL story out of the NFL that I find fascinating, and could we see the future on this? But we were chatting a little bit of Blazer stuff, kind of fun news and notes things. I do like that I said there's something for sale on the internet that you can get, but it might be really expensive, which had somebody, I think Panda responded to me with, is it Giannis? Giannis is for sale. He is available, and yes, it is going to cost a lot of money. But no, Danny, you found this and brought this to my attention. There is the gold medal game-worn jersey signed USA Basketball, Clyde Drexler.
Yeah,
for sale right now.
I had a PR firm that's heading up the sale email me about this jersey, and I was like, no, I mean, you have somehow managed to avoid getting put on a million distro lists.
Yes.
I don't know how. But
don't you start.
My inbox, every PR firm in the freaking country has my email address. And so I get these all, and it's for stuff across the board. It's not just sports. It's just this endless pile of crap. Every now and then, there's a little gem. And I got this email this morning, and I went, Clyde Drexler. Okay, let's read the email. Basically, when I'm scrolling through, it's delete. If the first 4 words aren't something it's author of, and I'm like, nope. If it's anything not directly related to what we do, I just delete. And I saw Clyde Drexler jersey, and I went, okay, let me take a look at this. And it's the 1992 gold medal jersey from the Dream Team, photo matched, signed against Croatia.
It says Clyde Drexler, USA, number 10.
This is only the second Dream Team game-worn jersey to go to public market.
You're welcome, USA.
Who's the other one?
I don't know.
Clyde would be nice.
I mean, at that point in time, Clyde Drexler is probably the second best player on the planet.
Yeah, because Larry and Magic are starting to age out a little bit. It's Michael's league. It's probably Clyde, yeah. Man, the Blazers could have had Michael Jordan. It's like, well, we had Michael Jordan at home.
Yeah,
we kind of did.
It was the whole point of like Odin or Durant. It's like you had Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge. Like, so you went and got the big.
Yeah.
So that's
Michael's was sold and Scotty's was sold as well.
Okay,
but what went public?
Public, yes.
That's the thing, is public auction. As of
Both Scotty and Michael Jordan were public auctions.
that's weird.
Okay.
The PR firm's telling me this is only the second public one.
If you are interested in
Okay, this is the second game gold medal. Game winning.
Yeah,
jersey.
Scotty's was not the gold medal. It was still a game worn, though.
Okay.
If you're interested in buying this, you can find it on Heritage Auctions. The current bid is $75,000.
But it's actually $91,500 because there's a buyer's premium. Yeah.
91 G's. Clyde Drexler.
I mean, you're talking about probably the most... No, it is. It's the most impactful period of basketball in existence.
Oh, the Dream Team?
Yes.
Early 90s?
Because of what it did for global basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Magic and Bird are number 2 because of what it did for the game of basketball in the U.S.
Correct.
And that maybe was the springboard to the Dream Team. There is not a single event in basketball larger than the Dream Team.
Well, when they went out there, I've seen a ton of docs on this. I'm sure we all have.
It was
in
Michael
public.
Jackson.
Yeah, they're in public, and Michael Jordan was followed around.
And John
everywhere he
Stockton was left alone because he's a 6'2" white guy in a polo and short shorts with his wife and kids in strollers, and was completely and totally left alone. Just blended into the crowd. It's crazy. He's talked about it and it was great. I could just walk down the street and nobody knew who I was.
Still can, kind of.
It's like,
I mean, he's a very generic
he's the
looking
most,
white guy.
He's the most unassuming white guy you've ever seen in your entire life. But you're talking about like Michael Jordan. Like, this is peak Michaels. Jackson, Jordan. 1992, those are probably the two most famous people on the planet.
Do you think the third most famous person is Hulk Hogan?
At that point in
At
time,
that point,
you can make an argument.
Hogan's pretty famous.
You can make an argument, but this is peak Jordan, peak Jackson.
That was probably Princess Diana. I'd probably.
Oh, good call on that. Good call on that.
Dies up there.
Teresa was alive. Mother Teresa was alive.
But I mean, this is monoculture at its highest. There's no internet. There's 3 TV channels. Like, remember, Michael Jackson, I think 2 years later, debuted a music video on all 3 ABC, CBS, NBC at the same time at 7:00 at night.
Wow.
That's how big Jackson and Jordan, like, this is, I want to be like Mike. This is Gatorade, Haynes, to say the word, Hitler stash Jordan. Like, this was everything. This was everything at this point in time. So for this jersey to be out there is kind of crazy. Like, there's some uber rich collector. This thing's going to go for over 100.
You know what I think would be really cool? You want to win the fan base over right now? Tom Dundon should go buy this and put it up in the Moda Center, and you can go go visit it.
He'll charge you.
Like next to the next.
Got to pay a ticket to go see it.
Is it the Larry O'Brien Trophy in '77? Is it the same NBA trophy that they win now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that trophy's at the PF.
I know, but they should bring that trophy. It's like, have you ever been to? We're going to talk about the San Francisco Giants in a moment. Have you ever been to their ballpark?
Yeah.
So you can go there, and they've got a little area that has their three World Series trophies there. Like, you need to do something like that at Moda Center. Get the Larry O.B. there.
I think they bring it in every now and then.
Yeah, but you got to let fans see it in every single game.
It's right there when you walk into the PF.
But how many of us are going to the practice
None
facility?
of you.
Exactly.
Literally none.
So that's not really fun. Take it to the Moda Center. Go buy this Clyde Drexler jersey.
Do you get the replica and put it in Moda?
No, you put the real one in Moda.
I wonder how many arenas have the real title in their arena.
I don't know. Is this a basketball thing? Like, do the Warriors not have their 4 trophies?
I don't know.
I've never been to their arena, so I don't know.
I've just never paid attention to that. If organizations have their
baseball, you can see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, they have their World Series trophies.
Like the Cardinals, they have theirs in there.
I didn't
in football. I feel like they pass out replica Lombardis like it's candy.
Yeah.
Like James Harrison has 2 of them.
Yeah.
I didn't see any at Progressive for the Cleveland Indians. I didn't see their World Series trophies. Oh, right.
That's
I made myself sad.
in the Stanley Cup, you have to get a replica.
Because it's the cup.
The cup.
It's one cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the idea. It's kind of like the claret jug.
How
the
much
claret jug the
space
same?
is left on the Stanley's Cup?
They do.
They keep making tiers.
Okay.
So it just keeps getting bigger.
Well, they do remove some.
Oh, do they?
They do remove some.
So it doesn't get bigger.
I think it does, but it's a certain size they allow it to get to.
There's the 77 trophy. Go buy Bill Walton's MVP. Put that there. Get this Clyde Drexler jersey, and you got a cool little
Because you got to remember
history lane there.
This is Clyde at his peak as a Blazer. Remember, that's coming out of the finals. Like you're a year removed from the NBA Finals against Jordan Shrug.
You can make fans happy. And what does that do to Clyde? If you put this jersey up in the Moda Center and let people go visit it,
it's strange.
take a picture.
Ownership took charge in March. I haven't heard from Clyde yet. Remember, it was ownership that was holding them back.
Yeah, well, I think Clyde might have an axe that is never going to be.
Yeah, I think that's going to be sharp all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I mean, this would be. I'm being kind of serious about this idea. This would be something that could help start to mend that fence.
I'm not against that.
Dundon, go pay $100,000 for this.
That'd be kind of cool.
Put it. You know what I'm gonna do? Dad's gonna say no. I'm gonna go ask Mom. I'm gonna go ask Mama Tile. I'm gonna go ask Sheil. Be like, yo, dude, get this jersey. Put it up. Let fans take a picture next to it.
Use that as an olive branch to Clyde?
Yes. Let fans take a picture of this next to it, Doing the number one like Clyde would,
How many pieces of sports memorabilia would you rather have over a game-worn gold medal Team USA Dream Team jersey?
Let's just say Blazers, for example. Okay, you're a Blazer fan.
I'm talking just you in general.
Oh, I understand.
This is such a huge moment in sports history.
If you are a Blazer fan, what would you want memorabilia-wise more than a signed gold medal Clyde Drexler USA jersey?
I can't think of anything. Maybe
a signed Bill Walton arrest record.
The jersey he threw into the crowd?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the only thing you want?
As far as pantheon of importance?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to have Bill Walton's MVP.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Which I think it actually was for sale in his estate sale.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, we hadn't started doing the show together yet. It was his estate sale went up after he died.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
The stuff that was on there, man, was crazy.
I really, really wanted to buy some of his Grateful Dead shirts.
Yeah.
I really, really did. They were too expensive.
Dusty tried to get some Trailblazers luggage. I don't know if he ended up getting it. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I wanted some Grateful Dead T-shirts from Bill Walton. That obviously he's like a triple XL, so I would never fit into it. But I was going to frame it. That would have been cool. Danny, that was so uncalled for. That was so uncalled for. We were having such.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
We were having such a nice, wonderful day together. You and I. Nobody's listening. Just chatting about.
I just gave you that look too.
Just chatting about basketball. Having a real great time. I just came up with an awesome idea.
You did come up with an awesome idea.
For Sheil Tile and Tom Dundon to make us all Blazer fans happy.
But back then, the triple XLs were probably smaller.
No, I think he wore them 3 years ago at a Dead show.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah.
But see, the triple XL is only because he's so tall.
Exactly. It's still a dress on me no matter how fat I get.
No, that's what I'm saying. It'd be fine. But hey, you know what? It could be your sleepy time shirt.
It'll be your nightie.
My nightie.
Yeah. Tell me you wouldn't do a Bill Walton Grateful Dead nightie.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
See?
I would.
It might only be a double, but it'd be a long.
Bleak. A Walton Grateful Dead shirt would be a full-size onesie on Patrick. See, that's a nice fan right there. That's a nice listener. Unlike you.
I was just saying, it would fit.
I'm actually going to try to find an email address that gets to Sheil Tile, and I'm going to try to ask Mom if he'll buy this jersey for us.
I can tell you what his email address is.
Sheil.tile@blazers.com.
Probably is.
Mom, can we get this, please? We'll all be very good this year. I promise. We'll come to all the games. We'll buy a ton of merch. We'll buy hot dogs and popcorn. And please, please.
You got McDonald's money?
I don't even need Egg McMuffins. Yeah. I don't need chalupas. I just want the Clyde Drexler jersey to take a picture next to. That's all I want.
It's a good one. I like it.
When we come back, we'll slide over to Major League Baseball. When you have a bunch of high-priced players, but you're in last place, might be in trouble. 105.1 The Fan. We'll hang on a little bit of baseball. That's how I'm going to punish Danny here for being so rude to me. So rude to me about this Clyde Drexler jersey. You guys are being funny, though. What if Tom Dundon is the one selling this Clyde Drexler jersey for renovation money for the Moda Center?
I mean,
how far does $100K go for the Moda Center?
Stretch it out a little bit.
I feel like in giant construction gigs like that, $100,000 is just to like say hello with a company.
Right.
Yeah, that's what that's $100,000 right there. Adios.
It's expensive.
All that stuff's way too expensive, man.
I mean, when you start thinking about it, $600 million, $100,000 is
nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. I don't even know what I'd buy with $600 million.
I mean, when you actually start doing the math of like $600 million and you think about like how many hundreds of thousands of dollars that is, 6,000.
I'm not doing that.
It's just like
I'm not doing that.
Wait, what? Wait, really? And you're just like, oh.
600 million divided by, let's pretend I'm going to live for 45 more years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40 years old. I live to 85.
Mm-hmm.
That is $13.3 million a year is my salary, quote unquote.
Crazy.
That's how much money I can spend in a year and never be broke. Well, be broke on my deathbed.
Yeah.
13.3 mil a year.
And that's just spending without getting a dime of interest.
Have you ever seen those like people ask that question? Like, I can give you $600 million, but you have to spend it in 24 hours.
The Brewster's Million?
Yeah, yeah, or you don't get it. What do you buy? Like, I don't know, dude.
Islands.
Yeah.
That movie had such a tragic ending.
Yeah.
Because they ran out of money and then they just couldn't film more.
True Brewster's Millions.
I mean, it would just I would just buy real estate. Just endless amounts of real estate.
600 mil, I'd definitely buy a gold medal worn Clyde Drexler jersey.
Bro, if I had that much money, yeah.
I would too.
That's the crazy thing is like you make $100,000 just like it's nothing. Like you make more than that on interest. That's the insane thing. It's just like, what?
Reports out of San Francisco from President of Baseball Operations, future Hall of Famer Buster Posey. There have been reports that the San Francisco Giants are looking to move off of Rafi Devers, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, and Jung-Hoo Lee.
Remind me again, did they spend money on all of those guys?
Yes, those guys are all high-priced talent now. Devers is the highest paid of all of them. Willie is not cheap.
No.
Jung-Hoo Lee they got for a pretty good deal coming over from the. Did he come from the Japanese league? He's Korean, but did he come from the Japanese league? Or did he come from the Korean league? I think he came from the Japanese league. And Matt Chapman's been a really great defensive third baseman in baseball. But it's fascinating. Like, this team has.
The Korean league.
The Korean league?
He came from the Korean league?
The KBO league for the Kiwoom Heroes.
Okay, I couldn't remember. He was one of those guys that I watched a lot during COVID because KBO was on.
We're still on. Like, yeah. We're fun.
Yeah, KBO was fun. I got really into KBO there for a while.
That and ping pong.
This team is the worst team in Major League Baseball. They are at the bottom. I haven't checked the standings because I do know they beat the Dodgers yesterday, but they've been really, really bad this year. And this is one of those cautionary tales to kind of let you know. Now, they do have some prospects in their farm system getting ready to come up. Bryce Eldridge is the hot name who's coming up soon. They just dealt Patrick Bailey, who's a two-time Gold Glover. This is what happens sometimes when you spend money on guys and it just doesn't work. Because now you've got 4 contracts. Look, I would trade for Jung-Hoo Lee. I think he's a good player, and I don't think his contract is overinflated. But you're now stuck with these guys that are kind of a little island of misfit toys a little bit. Like the Timbers kind of have this sometimes. A lot of guys on the Timbers are really talented, but they were sold for a reason. Yeah. Kind of out of their team. And here are the Giants, and when you're talking about like Blazer construction and trying to like go take a big swing on a Giannis or a Paul George or a Trey Murphy III, whatever you want to fill in the blank, San Francisco's been trying to sign high-price free agents for a while, and they've got guys, and what do they have to show for it? Not a whole lot.
It's very
they
similar
tried
to
to
the
get
Mets.
Aaron Judge. They tried to get Shohei Ohtani. They tried to get Carlos Correa. He failed the physical, which is why they didn't get him. Jokes on Carlos Correa. San Francisco's pretty glad they didn't get Carlos Correa. But they are constantly trying to do this, and they've got guys that are high-priced, and they're in last place.
Again, it's very similar to the Mets. And it's just unfortunate when the way things work out or don't work out. It's like, oh, you hate to see it happen to a Bay Area team. Shucks. But with that said, baseball still remains the sport most directly correlated with spending money and winning, even with outliers like the Mets and the Giants. Go look at the Giants. And like, well, the Giants won a World Series. They're like, yeah, when everyone was young, and then the next time they did it, everybody was paid. Mm-hmm. They went from having like, I think their first World Series, I think they had like the 16th highest payroll. I think the next World Series they had the 5th. It's like,
that would make sense.
Yeah, because you got a bunch of good guys, and good guys cost money, and good guys that cost money, guess what they lead to? Wins. And again, outliers like the Mets, like the Giants right now, like the Red Sox. Mm-hmm. But if you go through the last 40 years of baseball, spending money translates to wins.
Trying to think. Tick, tick, tick. There are teams that have gotten to the World Series that don't spend money. I'm looking at the Royals. Well, they won it. That was a high-priced team.
But it wasn't that high-priced.
No, it wasn't.
Rays?
The Rays got there, but they lost. The Indians got there, but lost. Not a lot of teams that won. That Anaheim team was loaded when they won. The White Sox, when they won, that was a loaded team.
It's a straight line. Like
Phillies, Yankees, Red Sox,
you can draw
Astros.
There is the strongest correlation in the Big Four in spending money and winning is baseball. It's not to say that you can't do it without it.
Were the Marlins very high priced?
Yes, both of those teams were. That's why they tore it down.
That's why they tore it down, because the owner couldn't afford to keep them. Yeah, if you go look at that, was it the 99 team?
It's 97,
97
and 03, yeah.
It's that 97 team is just loaded to the gills.
Absolutely loaded. Crushed my Indians in Game 7 of the World Series. Thanks, Jose Mesa.
San Francisco is actually second to last. They're 2 games ahead of the Colorado Rockies, but still 6.5 games behind out of first place.
Only 6.5, huh? It's just tough, man. Like we were talking about Daryl Morey, and if you got a 5% chance to win a title, go for it. I get it. In baseball, man, you can get strapped with some bad contracts, and Rafi Devers was leading the league for a while. He might still be in worst in the highest negative war of any player in baseball.
With what's like a minimum 100 plate appearance,
whatever the minimum is, yeah.
Here's the other side of this that I don't want to scare you, because it's we hate talking about this. How much of this is the Giants also looking at this and going, how many contracts can we get off of before the new CBA?
Dude, you put that nugget in my brain like 6 months ago, and it lives rent-free in my head, and it's like a conspiracy theory that I don't want to believe, yet I secretly super believe.
Look around
and that
baseball.
is that guys don't want to have big deals on their books if there's a lockout next year.
And not just a lockout, it's what's the new CBA going to look like? I think if you're a smart general manager in sports, you're looking at trends not just from your league, but other leagues. You're looking at the NFL, you're looking at what happened to the NBA new CBA. When they changed everything around, they went to the aprons and all the things that came around that because they wanted to curb spending. The ownership wanted to curb spending in some sort of way or make it more punitive. How could they do that? Well, I don't think baseball's going to go to an apron, but you give me $1 million to bet one way or the other, I'm betting that $1 million that there's going to be a salary cap in baseball.
And if you look at guys like, that's the rumor around DePodesta, who's back in baseball in Colorado. Mm-hmm. He famously has the worst contract in NFL history in Deshaun Watson being fully guaranteed. He decides to go back to baseball, and that's the rumor around the Rockies, is they are ready to rebuild. Okay, they just took Ethan Holiday, Matt's other kid, Jackson's brother, third overall. They're loading up their farm system.
And anybody who costs anything is for sale.
Everybody is gone. The only thing they can't get out of is Chris Bryant's contract because they are not interested in signing anybody right now because of the impending lockout.
Because guess what happens if you're in a position where you're stripped down to the studs and now you actually have moves or the ability to make moves within financial limitations or restrictions, guess what you become? The clubhouse leader for anybody that wants to deal with you. Hey, we'll take on your high-priced stupid contract, but it's going to cost you those 2 prospects.
Yeah, it's interesting, too. Like Matt Chapman, he had an incident with Casey Schmidt, the first baseman, when he threw a ground ball. Like, he fielded a ground ball, threw it to first, and Schmidt missed the ball. And there was a pitcher's meeting, and Matt Chapman just walked at him, looked him dead in the eye, and said, "Catch the bleeping ball." And then he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Catch the bleeping ball." You're kind of like, "Oh, I don't like that."
And then the next time, because the first baseman chirped him a little bit, the next time Chapman threw a rope at 100 miles an hour and was like, "Is that better?" Like,
and Devers and Devers is an absolute disaster.
But I have to play third base. Yeah. No, you're not playing third base over Matt Chapman. I
can't believe the Red Sox traded a superstar and it was a good idea.
Yeah. Well, the last 2 times they did it didn't work out.
No. Trading Mookie is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I will die on this hill that Mookie Betts will probably end up being one of the top 5 most talented players I ever saw in my life.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally play him anywhere in the field.
I'm a big Mookie Betts guy.
Yeah, pretty good. Worked out real well for the Dodgers, and what they got for him, nothing.
Well, yeah, it's Mookie and who was the other? Yeah, like Mookie and Alex Bregman. We talked about this not too long ago. There's a third one, and everybody they got in those trades, none of them are in Red Sox uniforms anymore. Pretty brutal. Good luck to them. There's also a weird theory about guys like Willy Adames, like guys from the islands that always start slow because it's cold. Mm-hmm. They're used to playing warm weather ball. Julio Rodriguez starts cold every year.
And then usually around late June, there he is.
Starts heating up. Could be something weird. R.I.P. to the Giants. They're dead. They'll never win again. Blow up the team.
I hate
They stink. Adios. Goodbye. When we come back, a cool NIL story from a recently drafted NFL player. And does this pave the way for future athletes and the way they look at things? We'll go there next. There's Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Fire got their first win in franchise history as they took down the New York Liberty 98-96 last night inside the Moda Center. Sarah Ashley Barker with a putback layup with 1 second remaining gave Portland the victory as the Fire now move to 1-1 on the season. Your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight, taking on CF Montreal on the road. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage over on 1080 AM when pregame starts at 3:30. Some NBA playoff updates for you as the San Antonio Spurs took Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Final in that one was 126-97 as Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs. He finished with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. Over in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will take on the Detroit Pistons tonight at 5 p.m. in Detroit. Pistons come into the contest as 4.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage begins at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football.
My Cleveland Guardians are on the TV right now, taking on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Mike Trout at the dish. Watching Mike Trout patrol center field just warms my heart. If I had to pick somebody I like more, Mike Trout or Mookie Betts.
I mean, they're both great.
That's a tough pick for me.
Super likable dudes.
Of my fandom and love of players, I think it's Betts just ever so slightly.
Yeah.
I love Mookie. I really wish, not this last World Baseball Classic, the one before that. I kept toying with buying a T-shirt of Mookie Betts.
Did you end up pulling the trigger on the Olympic hat?
I sent it to my wife, and she goes, "Ooh, early birthday present?" And I said, "No, just sharing."
Wink, wink,
dot,
nod,
dot, dot. Yeah. So, we'll see. If early June one day you come in here and I'm rocking a USA curling hat,
is that what you sent her with the curling one?
I sent her the curling one. I think, dude, I'm like obsessed with it.
No,
curling comes on the TV and
it's
I wouldn't shut the hell up about it.
Cool little logo too. I'm down with it. It's a good looking hat.
The snowboarding one also looked cool because they're like about to rip a giant jump off the half pipe. So for those of you that don't know, I got targeted advertising came to me, and it's always New Era hats because I love New Era 5950 hats, and it was the USA flag and the Olympic rings, and it said USA, and it's this bright red.
It's a good-looking
red hat. Not like a MAGA red, but like a good-looking red. And on the side, you can choose which sport you like. Like,
it's got the one that used the logo on the TV.
The biathlon looks really cool because it's got the gun on the back and the skis. The snowboarding one is really cool. It looks like they're about to rip a fat jump off the half pipe. The problem is every time I see that, I'm like, you could snowboard if you weren't such a fatty. Curling, though,
you can just go
we can be fatties all we want and do curling. I would feel bad about repping a sport that I clearly have no business participating in.
I would love to see you do biathlon.
I would take a shot at it.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. That we should do that, dude. For the fan. All of our hosts have to compete in a biathlon.
Okay.
And see how that goes.
I think I'd fare pretty well.
I think it's not about the shooting, dude. I think it's about getting your ass through a biathlon.
I think
on
I'd
skis.
I think I'd be okay there.
Yeah,
I think I'd be okay there.
I'm gonna put my money on Brandon Sprague.
But see, you get the penalties
because he's a runner.
But see, you get the penalties if you can't shoot.
I understood, but you got to get to the shoot first.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
I hope I get that hat, honey. If you're listening,
there you go.
I want that hat for my birthday. A cool story out of NIL. Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame, he signed his NFL deal with the Arizona Cardinals. It was $53 million. He said his plan is to put all of that money in investments and not use it and save it for his family's future generations. The quote was, "I'm from the NIL era. I'm pretty well off. I really don't need to touch that money." Which kind of had me thinking like, whoa, you are kind of correct. If you learn how to, if you get $4 million, $5 million, hell, if you're Bryce Underwood, you get $8 million, or whatever Arch is making at Texas. If you can find a way to live pretty cush at that age off of $8 million, you don't need to find a way to live off $53 million. Well, now, we'll always have the classic stories of somebody got broke, everybody spent all their money. There's endless NBA stories like that. But I wonder if that could be the future of college football, too.
I know quite a few players over the years who have done this. They go, I don't really spend money. Like, they get their contract and they just kind of live off things. Now, don't get me wrong. They'll go get themselves a new car. Like
buy mom a house.
Buy mom a house. Like, once you take care of the things, I know a lot of guys in the NBA that just wear the team-issued sweats. Like, if they have to go to an event, they'll have a nice, suit or something like that. But they don't have, and again, I'm not going to begrudge anybody for spending money, but like, they aren't going to have the $500,000, Jesus piece. Like, I'll never forget it, dude. DeAndre Ayton was getting ready for a post-game interview, and he pulls his chain. It's all the lockers have safes in their lockers. And DA opens his locker or his little safe and pulls out this chain, and it sounds so heavy. And I just said something like offhanded to him. And I'm like, man, that thing sounds heavy, DA. He goes, here, hold it. Drops this chain in my hand. I swear to God, it weighed 3 pounds. And there were so many diamonds on it. And the realization hit me like, this is $500,000 in my hands.
The new one that he got?
Yeah. And I'm just like, I remember like, oh, that's right. He had a $35 million deal. Like he has so much, like this is again, like talking about like, what's $100,000 jersey? You know what I mean? Like when you have that much money, and I'm just like, and I remember it hitting my hand and going, this is more than my house. Like more than I paid for my house on a chain. And it was just like, oh my goodness. But you get guys like Love, like when you have the right people around you and they teach you financial literacy and like how to live and how to be focused and how to like make this stuff last, you can set your family up for generations upon generations upon generations. Because guess what? You invest that stuff, it just makes money. Like once you, the whole adage is like, how do rich people stay rich? They don't spend
their money.
Like that's a real thing. And it's just like, you have to work so hard to spend that money. And it's actually kind of nuts when you hear these stories of guys that go broke. You're just like, how on earth did you manage to spend that much money?
Yeah, I'm with you, and it's probably easy for us to say because we're not rich, but it's like I've got a vehicle that I enjoy. I've got a home that I enjoy. My kids are fed and clothed, and I really just spend money on experiences. You know, want to go out with the friends or travel or something like that. Yeah, go to a concert, go to a sporting event, things like that. Yeah. And it doesn't take much. And it also helps when you're Jeremiah Love coming out of Notre Dame. You know, we're going to talk about Sarkeesian's comments in the Big Nooner, kind of taking shots at other academic institutions and trying to, you know, highly tout his own, blah, blah, blah. But I think there are some situations, Jeremiah Love coming out of Notre Dame, they're probably going to teach you how to take care of that. I'm sure Andrew Luck is going to teach people at Stanford how to take care of your money.
Look at those Duke kids.
Yeah. There still are institutions that do help these guys with financial literacy that set them up for the next level.
That's a great point. How many Duke NBA players, whether they were good or not, are broke?
None of them.
None of them.
Coach K wouldn't let him be.
And a lot of them have a lot of money.
Yes.
In Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Austin Rivers.
Jay Will.
Yeah. Jay Will crashed a motorcycle and ended his NBA career quickly.
And lost some money.
And
he's still doing just fine.
He's still just fine.
It really is. Like having that understanding. And again, I'm not gonna kill a guy for spending some money. Like, here's the thing: those guys that have that money, guess what they do in the off season? They go take nice vacations.
Yeah.
They go buy nice golf clubs.
Galveston.
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Yeah. A dirty ass water.
Turks and cakes. Man, you go down there during
Turks and cakes.
Go down there during the off season. You're gonna run into some NBA players.
We should go to Turks and Cakes.
You will.
Right now.
Well, maybe not the hotels we all stay at, but
put it on the Odyssey dime.
There you go.
I think we need to interview.
I want to go to the Atlantis hotel where the basketball tournament's at every year. That's
really need to talk to Jeremy Grant right now. And
you want to talk about a guy who travels?
He is in
Jeremy travels.
Turks and Cakes right now, so I'm gonna need Odyssey to fly us down there.
Jeremy's Japan, Southeast Asia, Europe,
style.
The islands. Jeremy does well.
Good luck. I hope this is something that carries on in college players.
Yeah, I hope
being handed millions of dollars before you truly get the bag.
Because the terrifying thing is when you hear about the college kid that goes broke with that money. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. What are you doing there, bud? What are you doing? I'm gonna go with drugs and parties, hot chicks.
Surrounded yourself around the wackest people.
Yes.
The Johnny Manziels of the world.
Yes. Also, crack is also whack.
Yeah.
Web
crack
Gems
is whack.
Coming up next, everybody's favorite 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest.
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. We do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the big nooner, taking a shower to get rid of your slump, the international NFL slate. And people in glass houses shouldn't throw glass. I don't know how that thing goes. We'll talk about Steve Sarkeesian and him becoming a new red ass, a new version of Steve Sarkeesian. Dude, that guy is one of my absolute least favorite coaches of all time in college football. I just cannot stand him. I will take Dabo over Sark. I said it.
Wow. Why?
I said it. I don't, dude.
I know why.
Yeah, I know you do.
He went Washington.
There
it is.
I remember when they fired Sarkeesian. Is one of my favorite stories to tell. When they fired Sarkeesian, I was like, take that, UW, you bunch of idiots. You'll never get a coach better than Steve Sarkeesian to come to UW. 2 days later, they hired Chris Peterson out of Boise State. And I was, damn it.
Ah, crap.
Damn it. I really hated
then
that.
What happened?
Owned us for about a decade up there, it felt like. So we'll get to all that in the big nooner. But your Web Gems today comes to you via El Paso, Texas. Cristo Fernandez. No, I don't know who that is, but you know him more as Football is Life.
Football is Life.
From the Ted Lasso show. What Danny Rojas was his name. Yes, Danny Rojas. He has signed a contract, I guess. It's more of like a tryout contract for the USL Championship side, the El Paso Locomotive. Trying to take his... Like a 10-day. Yeah, like a 10-day contract to try and figure out if he can actually play football.
Well, I mean, he can. Like, he's talented.
Those shots were cool.
Like, I'm always interested in when, like, those shows, when they, like, what was the football show? God dang it. They had the main actor playing the
Friday
quarter.
Night Lights?
No, and it wasn't Friday Night Lights. It was a different show. It was more recent.
All-American.
That's what it was. The quarterback. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's so bad. It's like watching him throw was physically painful to do. And you're like, oh, there's not an athletic bone in your body. None whatsoever. Like, some of these guys are like legitimate athletes. Like, the best actor filling a role situation like that actually could do it for me is not necessarily sport related. It's Keanu Reeves and John Wick. Reeves ended up becoming a high-end competition 3-gun shooter. Competitive, like pistol, rifle, shotgun, moving through CQB environments, close quarters combat. And like, if you watch a John Wick movie, there's not a single part in that movie where he fires a gun that needed to be reloaded. Every round is accounted for throughout every single thing. It's not like somebody firing a pistol 37 times before he needs to change mags. It's not Rambo. It's true to life and like how he goes about it, how he reloads, how he moves, all those things. In the sports side of things, like, how many times have we seen somebody play a sports role? Like, any given Sunday. How many guys in that? Bill Bellamy as a wide receiver is atrocious. It's so bad.
There's the great story of Wesley Snipes being so slow in Major League that they have to have the two actors jog beside him, and you can see one of the actors as they're doing the sprint. One of them is smiling because they're moving insanely slow.
Yeah.
But he looks like, cutting air with those hand knives.
But there's no athleticism whatsoever. Meanwhile, old Danny Rojas, you watch him, and he's putting on like a FIFA 26 display. Like, you want to see him Rabona, you want to see him heel stop, you want to see him, bicycle kick, get the flicks. Like, he's got actual talent. But he's also super entertaining on camera. So even if this is a publicity stunt for the USL, I don't care. I think it's cool.
Locomotive coach Junior Gonzalez said, quote, Cristo is a great addition to our roster, adding another attacking threat. I love this.
I hope he goes out there and stunts on him.
The kid said, football has always been a huge part of my life. I like to think that he probably doesn't sound like Danny Rojas at all.
No.
He's probably just being an actor. And no matter where life has taken me, the dream of competing professionally never truly left my heart.
That's cool. Like, he's actually talented enough to, like, is he playing on the highest levels? No. But is he actually talented? Yeah. To me, that's cool.
I think it's cool, too.
Like, when you find out an actor is, like, super talented at something, it's always just like, oh, wow. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's a stand-up comedian that God, I can't remember his name. He played college basketball. Was actually really good. But he'll get in runs in the offseason with like NBA players, and like the comedians will play with him. They did this whole skit. I don't think it was Saturday Night Live. It was some other skit. But he apparently he's hyper competitive and just bodies up and dunks on other comedians all the time. And it's like, yeah, if you're like really good at multiple things, wouldn't you kind of also do that?
Garth Brooks tried out for the Mets multiple times. Got spring training invites.
Nelly was a AAA baseball player.
Yeah.
Like there's guys that are out there that like you wouldn't think like, oh, like Nelly in Longest Yard. Like I think he was a running back in high school, if I remember right. Like there's a couple other guys that are like that. Like we're high end. You know, it's the old Matt Stafford and Clayton Kershaw played on the same baseball team. You're like, that makes sense. You know.
Just a bunch of athletes.
It's like, oh yeah, no, they're really good at that.
Coming up in the Big Nooner, we'll start taking a shower because you stink. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Stone Creek Golf Club, Oregon's best public course under $100. StoneCreekGolfClub.net. First on the Fan, your Portland Fire got their first win in franchise history as they took down the New York Liberty 98-96 last night inside the Moda Center. Sarah Ashley Barker with the putback layup with 1 second remaining gave Portland the victory as the Fire now move to 1-1 on the season. Your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight, taking on CF Montreal on the road. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage over on 1080 AM when pregame starts at 3:30. Some NBA playoff updates for you as the San Antonio Spurs took Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Final in that one was 126-97 as Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs. He finished with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. Over in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will take on the Detroit Pistons tonight at 5 p.m. in Detroit. Pistons come into the contest as 4.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage begins at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of prime time with
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. After us, we'll toss it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2, and then it's the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3. Then it's Prime Time from 3 to 7. Started with Dirt and Sprague this morning at 6 a.m. Finish up with the Primetime Boys, finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. Starting at 3:30, you can jump over to 1080 a.m., our sister station, our AM signal, and the Timbers will be on there. Kick is at 4:30 against CF Montreal on the road. Pregame starts at 3:30. Yours truly hosting the pregame show today. Fletcher Johnson's out. That'll put Adam Sussman in the play-by-play chair. Aaron Heitzen, as always, will be there, and I'll do your pregame, postgame duties today. I don't know what to say about that Montreal game today. Yeah, Sussman and I did the Timbers fan show last night, and boy, man, Montreal just seems like the exact same team as Portland. Kind of crappy.
Like
they fired their coach.
Don't know what to make of this.
Yeah, they fired their coach. Both teams have won 3 of their last 5. Both teams, I think Timbers have 13 points. They have 12 points. Very similar squads on the road in Montreal. I really want to go to Montreal.
Not my town.
Shocking. It's a French-influenced town in Canada. Of course you don't want to go
They want
there.
to make their own country.
Québécois.
Yeah.
I just like saying that word.
Yeah,
it's like Antetokounmpo. Like, there are just some words I like to say. Québécois is one of them.
There's a couple French words that I like to say, but I can't say them.
On the air. My buddy told me he's been to Montreal multiple times, and he said, what's cool about Montreal is you actually feel like you're in a foreign country.
Oh, yeah, no,
despite
for
being
sure.
in Canada. Because
It feels like a foreign country within Canada.
Yeah, because, like, I love Vancouver, BC. British Columbia is awesome. I love going
It's
up
America
there.
North.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It doesn't feel like It doesn't feel like you're out of the country. It does not at all. A lot to get to this hour. We'll touch on Steve Sarkeesian, as I mentioned last hour, and him taking shots at other schools for no reason whatsoever. And the international NFL schedule has been released. But let's start here in Major League Baseball. Cal Raleigh, not been very good this year.
Nope, been kind of buns.
Yeah, and I think you can point to a lot of things. Did you last year truly fluky season? Hitting 60 bombs will do that to you. But also World Baseball Classic. He wasn't very good in the World Baseball Classic either.
No.
He did the classic thing, Danny, where he took a shower in his jersey to clean off all the dirt.
Oh, Logan Gilbert.
Those guys play for the same team.
Doesn't he do that every time?
Every time he loses, I think, yeah.
Which baseball players are like there are no athletes on. Well, hockey's probably close.
I don't think
superstitions as much as baseball players.
I don't think hockey guys are as weird as baseball guys.
I mean,
I don't think so.
They're weird, but baseball guys are by far the weirdest and most superstitious. And here's the thing:
you have so much time to sit around to do nothing.
Unless you're Tony Gwynn, every player goes through slumps.
Sure,
every player goes through slumps.
Sure.
Like Gwynn and Maddox, like hitter and pitcher, are like the only players in the last 40 years in baseball that didn't go through slumps.
That never had a bad day.
Yeah, like their bad days, like, man, it just wasn't great. You know what I mean? Like that just didn't happen. Otherwise, the literal best players that have ever played the game, they go through slumps. And they go through months long slumps sometimes.
Season long slumps.
Yeah. And you're like, you look at their careers and you're like, wow, ugh. And then wow. It's like, but it happens.
I'm going to look up Tony Gwynn's worst year.
It's probably like 309, 7 strikeouts.
Probably still had over 100 RBIs.
Yeah, it's probably bonkers.
I believe Tony Gwynn has more walks than strikeouts in his career.
I think that's true.
And I swear somebody told me something like
there's somebody
he's never struck out on a 2-2 count.
There are guys who strike out more in a season right now than Gwynn did in his career.
He has 434 career strikeouts.
Okay, so it was 2 seasons. There's guys that have had two seasons together that have more strikeouts than Gwynn did in his entire career. How many walks?
In 1988, he struck out 40 times. That's the most he ever did.
790 career walks.
It's almost 2-1. Walks to strikeouts.
88, he had the most strikeouts of his career in a season at 40.
What's his lowest average in a season? Full season.
Full season.
It's his rookie year.
His rookie year, he played in 54 games. He hit 289. His second year, he played in 86 games and hit 309.
I literally said 309. That's so. What's his lowest average in a season with more than 100 games played?
I've got it.
It's
I've
309.
got it right here. 1990, it's 309.
That's his worst season is 309.
His second worst season, bro, is 317.
Would that lead baseball right now?
In 1985, 1991, and 1992, he batted 317. His last year, dude, he batted 324.
That's what I mean. Like, unless your name is Tony Gwynn or Greg Maddox, you're gonna slump.
That would put him in the top 15 for average currently.
That's just...
Is the kid from Arizona still leading baseball in batting average?
Brandon Marsh leads in average.
Brandon Marsh?
137 at-bats, batting 350.
Come on down, Brandon Marsh.
Okay.
MLB leaders. Let's see. Now you've all piqued my interest here, boys.
So you want me to read top 5 for you?
Yeah, give me top 5.
I got Brandon Marsh from Philly, Shea Langeliers from
Langoliers
from the Athletics, Otto Lopez from Miami, Idamaro Vargas
That's my boy
from Arizona, and then Troy Johnston from Colorado.
We played this game was that last week or 2 weeks ago when I asked you who the top 10 average leaders in baseball, and we were like, that's not the group that I expected.
No.
These are not the droids you seek. It was like, oh, damn.
However, your home run leaders.
You know them.
Number 1 is Kyle Schwarber with 17 Schwarbombs.
Give it time.
Judgy's got 16 at 15. Munetaka Murakami.
Our boy.
Just hitting nukes.
Matt Olson at 14. And then 3 guys tied at 13. That would be Ben Rice, Byron Buxton, and Yordan Alvarez.
Byron Buxton being healthy turns out is useful.
Murakami already has more strikeouts than Tony Gwynn did in his worst season.
Yeah, I mean, that dude is nothing but nuke or strikeout.
He has 1 extra base hit this year. That's not a home run.
He has 33 hits. 15 of them are home runs.
1 is a double. The rest are singles.
So it's either barreled up and gone or a dribbler. That's crazy.
Mike Trout tied for second with most walks in baseball.
Turns out he's a pretty good player.
If you're a Mariner fan, are you concerned about Cal Raleigh?
You're not concerned until July.
I think so
July
too.
1.
Your ears are perking up right now, though.
Yeah, you probably are perking up. I think the one thing you also got to remember about Cal is, as awesome as it is to have a catcher that hits 60 home runs, he also calls one of the best games in baseball. So, you
Great
know,
defensive catcher, too.
Yeah, my Guardians just traded for Patrick Bailey and sent Bo Naylor down to the minors within seconds of completing that deal. And Patrick Bailey's buns at the bat, but he's a 2-time Gold Glover. And so...
Yeah, are you concerned when you're leading the division or your game back in the division? Like, it's a great place to be. Cal Raleigh has been buns to start the year, and you're a game back.
Yeah.
Like, if you're 5, 6 games, 7 games back, then it's a problem.
And Julio had a really slow start, too.
Yeah, so you're...
Shocking.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. July 1 on, we get All-Star break on, then you can start to be concerned a little bit. But baseball, it's about being there in the early run and peaking as you're getting towards the playoffs.
Again, NBA is runs in game. Baseball is runs in the schedule.
Mm-hmm. What do we got?
Some baseball news here for you.
Oh.
You were watching this Yankee-Orioles game behind me.
This S show?
And Maxie Fried didn't have a great game, did he?
No, he got yanked.
He is undergoing imaging with elbow soreness on his left throwing arm.
Not good.
That is absolute disaster for the New York Yankees.
He went 3 innings and did not look good.
If that is a real thing, that is an absolute disaster for the Yankees. Now, Cole is coming back soon, and Rodon has been activated.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're telling me they could have gone into the postseason with Garrett Cole, Rodon, and Max Fried, and the Schlitt, and Cam Schlittler, that might actually beat the Dodgers. God, you don't want to lose Maxie. That's so much money for a Tommy John surgery. So much money.
Going into maybe a work stoppage.
Oh, God. Hey, work stoppage, though. Get that
Say
surgery.
like I'm saying,
Do it
if
now.
you're a pitcher who's if you're going to torch your arm, torch it now, baby.
Yeah, unless you're Tarek Skubal. Make sure you sign that deal first.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you
make sure you have your deal first. Have your deal first.
Also, if you're a free agent and you go into the offseason, okay, and there's a
oh.
lockout and you need Tommy John surgery, are you on the hook for that bill? You are.
Yeah, you are.
Because
you don't have access to, well, you are.
You're not an employee.
Yeah, you're not an employee.
Derek, I mean, it's probably not that expensive, but you know what I mean? Like, Derek School's going to have to pay for his Tommy John.
I'll tell you right now, on paper, each one of my hip surgeries was $97,000.
Yeah, do you lose your insurance? Like,
yeah. You're not employed.
Is Tarek Skubal got to go on Obamacare when he's during the lockout?
And also, like, is this a pre-existing condition?
Cobra?
Like,
he's denied his insurance?
So can you call it a pre-existing condition?
I mean,
yikes.
Like, I don't know. Like, you know, that get personal here, but like when I got divorced, the healthcare I used to have was crazy good.
Yeah.
They sent me the Cobra package of what it was going to cost me. It was almost $3,000 a month.
Whoa!
And I went, what?
Whoa!
It's like $2,600 a month. I was just like,
I mean, we're 100 airs doing radio, but I don't think we're 100 airs.
I was like, damn, dude. It's going to cost me. I'm like, well, looks like I'm hitting the marketplace, dog.
Never should have left her, Danny. Should have hung on for a little longer, man.
Bro, I'm just glad I got those surgeries.
Yeah, no kidding.
God bless.
When we come back, the NFL international schedule has been released. Should get the full one tomorrow. We'll yell and scream about that next. 105.1 The Fan and The Fan Sports Network.
The Fan.
I get to make fun of Steve Sarkeesian here in a moment, which is always a fine highlight of my day, and then closing arguments to send you on your way. The NFL schedule comes out mañana. I'm sure we'll all fight and scream about that. During the break, Danny asked Casey over there if he was watching the Yankee game because they're getting smacked around right now by the Orioles, and he said, no, I'm a sicko. I'm watching Cowboys-Eagles from last season, to which I asked the question, was it a good game? And he goes, I don't know. It's in the first quarter.
It was a good game. It was the Jalen Carter spit game.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was a good game.
And when we started talking about football in general, I'm like, I used to be a football sicko. And I don't get me wrong, I still love the game, but it's so different now. I love college football more than I love NFL now.
I'm kind of the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me to get behind my college team than it is an NFL team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you have an NFL? Oh, you're a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
I was like, but I mean, like, that's
It's hard to get behind.
kind of my point right now, though. It's like I forgot for a split second because you do strike me more as a college guy.
And here's the thing. Unlike the college basketball or WNBA fan, it's not better than the NFL. I hate college basketball fans and WNBA fans who are like, it's a better version of the NBA. I'm like, no, it's not.
It might entertain you.
You
differently.
might like it more.
Sure.
It is not a better product.
I like the NFL because it's the big difference of a 22-year-old defensive tackle who's learning his technique versus a 35-year-old defensive tackle
who knows every
who is
single
just going
thing
to manhandle and play ball.
Yeah.
One thing about the NFL, though, that I've kind of had to do, I've had to make this adjustment, is I don't watch anything that's not the game. I don't watch NFL Live.
Any of the surrounding programming.
I don't watch any of the shoulder programming for NFL games. Now I'll watch maybe a little bit of the
Sunday Night in America.
Sunday Night Football Night in America. I'll catch the highlights sort of thing, or maybe ESPN if it's Sports Center and they're showing me highlights of games. You know, halftime. I do watch the Manning cast from time to time.
See, I will put the Manning cast on to watch games.
Because I enjoy that, but I think that's what makes the NFL tough. It's the 24-hour news cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like politics, man. Dude, I know everything that's going on, but boy, can I not watch a politics show.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they agree with the things I agree with. I can't do that.
When I first got
where I would watch a presidential debate. I will watch that.
Sure. When I first got out of the military, I got really into politics, and then now I'm just like, absolutely not. Absolutely. I cannot watch politics at all. Ooh. Trout just struck out, and as he did it, it was a full count. The immediate tap. It's going to be a strikeout, though. Going to be a strikeout.
Loser.
But he did. He started to walk to first, and without even looking back, gave the tap, and then looked back like, I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh. See, look, this is spicy. This is spicy. I like it.
NFL
umpire got a little saucy there. Sorry. Umpire pulled the mask off like, oh, you going to challenge me?
They don't like being called wrong, man.
That pitch was filthy.
That was a nasty curve.
That thing snapped downhill.
Sabrowski, man. Who cares if our closer's in jail from the FBI? Rest of our bullpen's awesome.
How many counts has he got now?
Oh, I
like
don't know.
50 something?
Oh, it's bad. He don't not gonna work here anymore. I love our bullpen. We lost Emmanuel Clase, and our bullpen still may be the best in baseball.
It's a weird spot to be.
Yeah, we have Cade Smith. He might be the best closer in baseball with Sugar Diaz on the shelf.
Who knew that the ABS system was going to have this added spice to it?
It's great, dude.
I like it. Little drama to baseball.
Dude,
little drama.
Dude, the pimping of a walk when you tap the head is the greatest thing of all time.
And to be fair to Trout, it was close.
It was close.
It was close.
It's a good pitch.
Good pitch.
The NFL, they gave us their 9-game international slate. That is the most games in the history of the NFL being overseas. I'll run through them real quick. We already knew about...
Before you dive into that, who asked for this?
Nobody.
Thank you. Okay.
Absolutely
Casey, you're a diehard NFL guy. Who asked for this?
I asked for it.
Oh, God!
I'm not going to act like I don't want football every day.
But it's not the everyday of it. It's the like the growing the brand thing. I get about it. But who wants this?
I told you I rode in a taxi in London a couple summers ago, and I was chatting with the cab driver about some EPL stuff, and then he was like, "You know what? Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "Football," and I was like, "Yeah, We love football. He was like, no, your football. And I was like, yeah, what about it? He goes, my kids are obsessed with it. They asked for Christmas for tickets to like a Jags-Bears game at Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not really into it, but it's probably because I'm old. But the youth in England are obsessed with NFL football.
I get it's the money. It's just like I'm saying that who asked for it from a selfish perspective, an American fan, but it's just like the product sucks.
It really does.
Like when you're asking guys to go like 5, 6, 7 time zones away, it just messes the like. Has there been like I'm not saying score wise, has there been a good game overseas?
The Steelers-Germany game was really good. That's one I will say. That was a good product.
And I'll tell you this, the Germans do love it. The Germans do love football.
There's a lot of American influence over there from
military.
Like
that's where it came from. Like they've got like a minor league system kind of going over there, and they're trying to do the whole NFL Europe thing again. But it's like,
isn't Amon-Ra St. Brown from Germany, or at least his dad?
Yeah,
is from Germany?
There's I think his dad might have been military. I think. But there are guys that have come up that have had that international experience because their parents were military and stuff like that. But it's
we got another one here. The NFL Thanksgiving Eve game.
Oh God, we're doing the Wednesday game, huh?
Packers at Rams.
That's a good game.
And yes, Amon-Ra St. Brown is German.
There you go.
Holds dual citizenship and has deep roots in the country.
I'm going to tell you this.
His mother is from there.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this. So there is.
Yeah, sorry, I derailed the slate there.
You're good. There is a couple of these games. Vikings 49ers week 11 in Mexico City. Okay, that's the Sunday night game. 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 our time on NBC. I will watch that game. Ravens Cowboys are week 3 in Rio de Janeiro on CBS at 4:30. I will also watch that game. I have never in my life, nor will I ever, get up early on a Sunday morning at 7 a.m. to watch an NFL game.
Nope.
NFL starts at 10 a.m. That's when my day starts when it comes to NFL, and I'm sticking to it, dude. No one's ever like, what an instant classic at 6 in the morning.
Nope.
And this is coming from a guy who will get up at 6 a.m. to watch English Premier League. You know why? Because those guys live and play in England. Mm-hmm. So it's like normal for them.
And it's also, when it's usually that match, if it's not your team, it's a marquee matchup.
Yeah. Colts Commies. Week 4, not going to watch it.
Where's
Eagles
it
at Tottenham Stadium.
Okay.
Eagles Jags, week 5, Tottenham Stadium in London. Not going to watch it. Week 6, Texans Jags at Wembley in London. Not going to watch it.
Is it just the Jags? I mean,
Steelers Saints in Paris. 6:30 a.m. on the NFL Network. Pass.
Yeah, sign me up.
Bengals Falcons, week 9 in Madrid. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. 6:30 Pacific. Pass.
Outside of the Rams, is there another West Coast team that's going?
Niners are in Mexico City. Don't forget Niners Rams are going to Melbourne.
That's
no, there is no.
Okay.
The furthest going to Europe, the furthest west team.
I heard you say Cincinnati.
Let me make sure
You said Minnesota plays who in
Mexico City? The 49ers.
See, that's Mexico City. It's time zones are still.
Yeah, that's still fine. The furthest team west.
Cincinnati's the furthest, like you said.
Detroit, Patriots, Lions, and Munich.
Yeah, okay.
Detroit is going to be your furthest west. Yes.
Wisconsin.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
What's further west? Detroit or Indianapolis?
Indy.
Isn't Indy more east?
I got you guys thinking. Geography.
I mean, when maps sprawled out. Yeah, Indy.
Indy's further west than Detroit?
Barely.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so Detroit's right up on the edge of the lake. So
Patriots, Lions, week 10 in Munich.
And Cincinnati is further west than Detroit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just barely.
Oh, wow.
It's in between Detroit and Indy.
I guess Detroit is further east than I realize.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole that region, rap world not flat.
World not flat. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Wisconsin's further west.
But there's no team from Wisconsin going over to Europe.
Oh, you said Green Bay's going to Mexico City.
Green Bay's going to L.A. Rams on Thanksgiving Eve. Mexico City is Vikings,
gotcha.
Niners. See, this stuff's all confusing.
Yeah, so there is a hard line of who goes to Europe.
Like, why are we doing this?
The Vikings are the furthest team west.
Yeah.
But they're only going to Mexico City.
That's what I'm saying. There's a hard line of who's going east.
And the teams furthest west
are going west.
49ers and the Rams.
Yeah.
Although I think Seattle's further west than L.A. technically. They are going down under.
Seattle is further west.
Yeah, just barely.
The NFL is so weird, man, dude. They figured this thing out, dude. Just leaking stuff little by little. This NFL in Europe, the international games, is already old news. Because now we got to start yelling about Thanksgiving Eve. I can't watch football that day. It's the biggest drinking day of the year. Did you know that? The biggest drinking day of the year is the day before Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah. Number one drinking day of the year.
A lot of sadness.
A lot of people hate their family, man.
Weird.
Yep. I don't drink extra that day. I just drink the same amount every day.
You would think it would be a day off, but people knowing they have the day off. I thought maybe like 4th of July.
Dude, just because it's the largest drinking day doesn't mean everyone starts in the morning. Like, you can go to work that day.
It's because everyone knows that they have that next day off.
That's what I mean. But I for some reason,
and the next day is going to be hell for a lot of people.
I was
people
thinking
hate their families.
Oh, I know, but I was thinking 4th of July just because celebratory.
USA.
Yeah.
Almost everybody has it off at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the grocery stores, I think, close at like 4.
It's like, nope, shut this down. Yeah.
Shout out Taco Bell workers on 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're working.
They work Christmas Day. Those are the real frontline workers right there.
If you don't wake up at 6:30 to watch NFL games, what kind of fan are you? That's on the text line. Apparently not a good one.
I know. Hard pass. Want no part of that.
It's just, and that's what it is. It's not that I'm not a fan of the NFL, and it's not that I'm being lazy. It's just the product's not good.
No, European NFL games are not good.
They're not good.
Like, that's just, no. The travel and the time zone, the jet lag, all the stuff that goes with that.
Look at these matchups. Ravens, Cowboys, that's a pretty juicy matchup
on
in
paper,
week 3.
Sure.
Week 4, Colts, Commies.
Yeah,
I don't know if Daniel Jones will be back, but that's kind of a spicy meatball there. Week 5, Eagles, Jags.
Jags are a good
Those
team.
are playoff teams. Texans, Jags the next week. Those are playoff teams.
And the Jags are probably going to stay over there.
Oh, yeah, it's back-to-back weeks.
Yes.
You just stay.
And I bet you the Jags, they're probably feeling pro good.
By week 9, like, what if the Bengals are good?
Hey,
what if the Falcons are good?
Think about this. Jags ownership footing the bill for hotels in London for 2 weeks. It's not a cheap owner.
Stop. I'm not taking the bait on that.
Just saying.
I'm not taking the bait on that. Let's make fun of Steve Sarkeesian, all right? Does that sound fun? Everybody into that stuff? I know I am. We'll toss it to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Fire got their first win in franchise history as they took down the New York Liberty 98-96 last night inside the Moda Center. Sarah Ashley Barker with the putback layup with 1 second remaining gave Portland the victory as the Fire now move to 1-1 on the season. Your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight, taking on CF Montreal on the road. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage over on 1080 AM when pregame starts at 3:30. Some NBA playoff updates for you as the San Antonio Spurs took Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Final in that one was 126-97 as Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs. He finished with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. And over in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers will take on the Detroit Pistons tonight at 5 p.m. in Detroit. Pistons come into the contest as 4.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when coverage begins at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe.
Speaking of golf, join us June 23rd as Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club. The afternoon round is sold out, and we have under 10 foursomes available for the morning round. It's the most fun day in golf. Activations and tastings all around the course, and the infamous Angels Envy Bourbon par 3 6-hole where all of our hosts, Dirt, Sprague, Luke, Isachi, and Sukanik, Daniel, and myself will all be posted up to heckle and admire your shots. Of course, we'll keep you fed with a post-round meal thanks to Matt's Barbecue. Head to 1051thefan.com. Click on the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and to sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Your Neighborhood Restaurant Group, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Illegal Mezcal, and Window Nation.
You can put it on the board.
Can I ask a question? We in like a safe space here?
No, but go on.
In this read, okay,
Mm-hmm.
in this wonderful Fan Golf Classic that I'm very excited to be a part of this year, activations and tastings around the course. Activations. I've been seeing that word a lot more now. When did we decide to use that phrasing
15
to
years
describe
ago.
it? 15 years ago, really?
Yeah.
Is it just now catching on?
It's social media.
Okay.
Brand activations. Those brand activations are interactive things that you kind of do.
Totally. I just always thought that was like a term you used behind the scenes, but now people are acceptable front facing.
It became as part of social media. Like there's things called SSMs, staged social media, or SSMEs, staged social media events, where it's like, something happens, they catch it on camera, and it's like it's made to look real, but it's fake. Those are brand activations. Like whenever you have something on site somewhere, like you're doing something as part of something, as opposed to just like, you could technically call a brand activation the Costco samples.
Yeah, right. But I would always just call those samples. Yeah. But now they're activation.
Well, sample sounds corny and cheeky, and it has a connotation. It's all about the vernacular that you use. It's like if you jargon it up, it sounds better.
fancy, man.
Like, have you looked at like what a job application looks like now? For like, just like if you're like working in sales or marketing or anything along those lines, it's like the things that they ask for in there. A buddy of mine is worked in let's say he worked in athletics in sportswear for a really long time, and he's done it for years at like the top of it. And we were talking about he's trying to get back into some things, and like looking at what these brands are looking for. He showed me one of these, and I was just like, there is so much jargon crap that is in these things now, and it's like, oh, that was written by AI.
Yeah,
that's what this is. And what's funny is, people that are applying for these jobs, they're using AI to copy and paste the want ad, as it were, into AI and saying, write me a resume for these based off my resume that I'm putting in here.
And AI on AI?
Yes, it's AI and AI crime. And it's just like, and the reason people do that is because it's all these buzzwords are scanned in, and if you don't hit like a percentage of those buzzwords in your resume, it doesn't even go into the inbox. It's like,
opening day, and here's the first pitch, and the season's over.
Job hunting is cooked. Absolutely cooked.
Absolutely. That's why I hope I have this job for the rest of my life.
It's just like, and this is a guy who is.
I'll just sit right here in this chair for the next 40 years.
This is a guy.
I don't know if you want 80-year-old Patrick in this chair.
I mean, you're gonna go full Francesa?
They have to trade out chairs for whichever guys are before and after me, because I don't know if you want to sit in Patrick's chair.
That's his chair. But no, it's like, this is a guy who's got like 30 plus years at like the top of his particular career field, and it's just like, but why?
But why?
But why?
It is a really crazy thing to think AI versus AI crime.
Yeah, it's like, and I actually feel bad for
you're
hiring managers. It is brutal.
If you're gonna write the want ad in AI, I'm gonna respond to it in AI.
You have to.
You have to,
in order to like get into because the filtering process is if it looks for these words, and if you don't have these certain words, or if you mark something like you're the cat out of the bag. When I was younger and I was a private contractor, I used to apply for jobs, like contract jobs, and they'll say required. I would lie through my teeth when I was young. It's like, oh, yeah, I've done that. And then I would do the necessary research to be able to talk through it. And if I got into an interview, and I would get the job.
Yeah, you got to start telling people I'm the regional manager. I was a regional manager at Blockbuster for 2 decades. Obviously, that company doesn't exist anymore. But actually, Casey Smith is my old boss, and you can reach out to him, and he'll vouch for me. Casey Smith, you give him Casey's phone number. Casey might be 24, but he sounds like he's 44.
There you go.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, Patrick, we loved him, best employee we ever had."
Yeah, references back in the day, it was like you would say you just worked with somebody. It was your best friend. Like, you'd shoot him a text.
Yeah.
Or you'd run
Hey,
into him.
someone's going to give you a call.
Hey, somebody's going to give you a call, dude. Here's what I need you to say. And the crazy thing is the number of dudes that I've talked to over the years that did that is astronomical. When I talked to women my age about that, they were like, I wouldn't even apply. Dudes are just like full send, where women are like, no, I didn't have that, so I didn't apply for it. I'm just like, that's like one of the most apt description of dudes ever. Of like, full send, where women are like, no, that's not for me. It's not a negative thing. It's just how we think about that, and just like, we'll figure it out.
It is not illegal to lie on a resume.
No.
There's no law prohibiting you from doing that.
Nope.
You can lie about job history.
And
it is not a felony.
Do you know what the number one thing is people lie about on jobs? It's been this way, and it will continue to be this way. It's very simple. Education.
Oh yeah.
The number of people who say they have degrees in something don't have it.
Oh yeah. So if you tell me you have a degree in nuclear physics from Stanford, can I just go in Stanford's directory and look that up?
For those jobs, yes.
Okay.
For those jobs, yes. And there are things you can lie on a resume for that are illegal.
But if I have a degree, which I do, in theater arts and dance at Washington State University, can you go find that?
Yes, if they contact the registrar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now,
that is public record.
Yes.
Now, is that just public schools or private schools too?
They can.
All of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got Dusty in there giving me info.
But
this is all fascinating to me.
But most people don't for particular jobs. Now, if it's a very specific job, like for me, for like security clearance jobs, like I can't lie about that.
Oh no, because they're going to check everything about you.
Yes, like those like those things. It's like, have you ever had a security clearance? Da, 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 da. It's like, because there was times when I was applying for gigs that had you had to have a security clearance.
Sure.
For. And it was like, yeah, no, I did have that. It's no longer active. Here's the reference number. Here's all the stuff. But like education, people lie about education all the time. Endless amounts of it.
And that's why I hate Steve Sarkeesian. Closing arguments is next. 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
6 Timbers in and around the box. Ball in. It was a good ball. Header won by Kansas City. Collected by Velda just outside the corner of the 18. Serves it back in. Ball nearly falls to Sermon. Then it finds Cole Bassett. And the Timbers have their third within the first 22 minutes.
Fletcher Johnson on the call right here. Your home of the Timbers, 105.1 FM. Cole Bassett joined the party. It was nice to see him get a goal. We interviewed him yesterday on Timbers Fan. Go check that out wherever you get your podcast. CF Montreal, Timbers are playing them on their own. 4:30 kick, 3:30 pregame over on 1080 AM. Yours truly on the pregame postgame. This Easy Play brought to you by Home Z. Use Home Z's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Home Z. That's HOMZE. HomeZ.com.
We just finished our roof.
right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, it's a 10 toes down kind of Thursday, so we'll get to that. The MLB and the MLBPA have started to discuss the CBA situation. We'll get into that tomorrow. And I'm not sure when the NFL schedule will be released, but I would assume we're always kind of in that sweet spot for our program. So we'll probably get into that. Any news and nuggies coming out of that. Let's see. Is there anything else we missed? Cleveland, Detroit tonight at 5 o'clock. I'll probably watch that game. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to watch the Avs game. My dog's a big Avs game.
Are you actually going to watch it, though?
The Avs game?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm not. I have Timbers duty tonight.
There you go.
I'm going to watch the Timbers tonight. I'm an idiot.
Problem solved.
Yeah, not going to watch either of those games.
Hey.
Hey, see you later. Okay, bye. Let's see here. Anything else? So I told you about Max Fried. That's not a good thing. The ACC and the Big 12 are positive on a 2014 playoff. Scotty Scheffler is the favorite for the PGA Championship, which starts tomorrow.
Underway tomorrow. We get golf on air tomorrow.
Yes.
Do love that.
God, I love when we have live sports on.
That's the one thing about this window that's quite nice.
It's very nice.
Quite nice.
I just watched
during the Olympics. It was great.
I just watched my entire team play a baseball game.
Your entire team?
My entire team. I watched my team play an entire baseball game. Dude, what is wrong with me?
Brother, we talk for a living, and the number of times I will just be talking to my fiance. And, yeah, that's fun to say.
Yeah.
You can put it on the board.
That I will jumble words, and she will look at me like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "What?" And then it's like, oh.
I had 3 moments on Timbers Fan last night, and one of them was while talking to Cole Bassett, and I was like, "And Cole Bassett, Timbers midfielder." I was like,
you completely short circuit. It makes no sense.
It was really rough. Steve Sarkeesian, out of nowhere, off the top rope, decides to take a shot at Ole Miss.
Real quick, who was taking shots at Ole Miss before Sark?
Lane Kiffin. See, that's what I wonder if is this all just boy on boy helping each other out?
Where do they come from?
They come from Pete. They come from SC.
That's him going for his guy. I have enjoyed the memes of Lane as a civil rights leader, though. Keep those coming. They're hilarious. Saw him walking hand in hand with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X across the bridge, and I was like, you know what? I hate AI, but that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It is pretty funny to watch these white guys yell about who's less racist in the South.
In the South.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, do you know where the LSU Tiger, do you know where the Tiger name comes from?
No.
It was a name, the Tigers was a name for a Confederate group of hard-fighting soldiers. It's not like actual tigers.
I'm out.
And don't get me wrong, Ole Miss, what are they?
The Rebels. The running Rebels.
Yeah. Again, script on the helmet, beautiful. Colorways, gorgeous.
Ooh, the powder blue.
Oh, the powder blue might be one of the best-looking jerseys in all of football.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's like, it's convenient now. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
At Texas, we will only take 50% of a player's academic credit hours. You may be a semester from graduating, but you're going all the way back to 50% if you play here and want a degree. But at Ole Miss, they can take you. All you have to do is take basket weaving, and you can get an Ole Miss degree. First off, why are you bragging about, destroying kids' credits? UT Austin is a nice school.
It is. Don't get me wrong.
It is a nice school.
It's very bro-y, but it's the same thing as Texas A&M. It's a cult, but it's a very, very good school for the things they specialize in.
Here's why you should come here, because we are going to take away what you've worked. If you're an academic student, if you're a college football player that actually goes to classes, we're going to take that away from you? I wouldn't brag about that, Sark.
But also,
I wouldn't.
Taking high school credits from Mississippi, there probably is. There's a scale to
some
that.
Some basket weaving going on.
There's some scaling to that. Look, is it San Diego or San Diego State? You can major in surfing.
Major
in surfing. It's San Diego or San Diego State. I can't remember which one it is. You can major in surfing.
Well, I'm kind of into that.
Yeah. And there's one of those.
San Diego State University features a unique surf and skate studies collaborative offering interdisciplinary courses on surfing with a future certificate in board studies available under the sport and society major minor.
If I failed my degree in surfing, is it just because I can't surf? Do I pass because I can surf?
I don't know.
By the way, I've never surfed before, but I feel confident I can. I used to longboard.
There is a basket weaving course at one of those schools, too.
Underwater basket weaving?
I don't think so, but there is a one of the beach schools in California. I only know this because I had a friend, I can't remember what school he went to. He sent it to me. He was like, I am not kidding. There's actually a basket weaving course.
Lane Kiffin, hey, coach. They would say, hey, coach, we really like you, but my grandparents aren't letting me move to Oxford, Mississippi, Kiffin said to a magazine. That doesn't come up when you say Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Parents were sitting here this weekend saying this campus diversity feels so great. It feels like there's no segregation, and we want that for our kid because that's the real world. Kiffin and...
That's some real Ruth Conda Forever type stuff. It's like, bro, what are we doing here?
Kiffin and Sark taking shots at Ole Miss together is wild.
It's like, well, we're less racist.
It's Baylor, by the way.
Is it Baylor?
Baylor University offers a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fiber Art,
There
covering
it is.
traditional techniques, including basketry and weaving.
Yeah, dude.
Then Kiffin told On3 that his comments were not calculated, and he apologized if he offended anybody at Ole Miss or in the state of Mississippi.
Unbelievable. I've got to share this. This is totally off
Oh,
base.
go for it.
But it's kind of tangential because something we were talking about off air and politics and things of that nature. There's a list going around. It's from last year of most Republican first names, and
like Republicans that have this most common name,
like this name and party registration. At 82%, Landon, and then it's like between there and 75. Landon, Colton, Cade, Colt, Braden, Colton, Dawson, Caden, Brody, Caden. Somebody just retweeted it with 287/361/525 because every single one of those names is in Major League Baseball. And I was like, that's perfect.
That's
literally your closer's name
is Cade.
Cade.
Yes, sure is. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information and most likely a Republican. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. That'll do it for us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Timbers at 4:30 over on 1080. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.